Conversation with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Wop.
Hutch.
Kilo.
And I'm Dre.
Today we're going to be talking about just shooting it from the hip. Just conversation with the OGs. So Dre, you grew up on Taylor, right?
Yeah.
So give our viewers, a glimpse of what that was like.
I mean, I think Taylor Street raised a lot of different individuals. And I mean, literally, I can say 80% of the people, I can say the men, I can't speak for everybody, but 80% of the men came up on Taylor Street was very successful. I mean, some was successful in illegal acts, some was successful doing business deals. And I mean, I just feel like growing up on Taylor Street, we had a different, things was different back then. You know, I remember like Swimmobile, something they discontinued a long time ago. So, I mean, it was a good and a bad. But I mean, like literally, we all grew up poor together. So I think us growing up poor together, we made life fun, like with each other.
Okay. And for you, Diesel, you grew up on Taylor, so what?
Hey, the best time of my life. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I wouldn't trade it for this new world we live in. There's no way. You keep your cell phones, all that smart stuff. We did it all. We was like little rascals on steroids. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
We building everything from scratch. We outside all day, all night. You gotta come find me if you wanna, you know what I'm saying? I was in it. Getting bust up, whatever, still getting the girls. I was going 1,000 all the time, man. And I miss them days, and I wish I could. I mean, I try to instill that shit into my kids, man. Even like little Trish dog, we built the go-kart together. It's still hanging in my garage. He always want to break it out and ride it, and we do. We ride it, we break it out. He go down the driveway in it and everything, and my neighbors be drooling like, man, I remember that. I remember that. Hey, man, them the times right there, bro. Like, them the real times, bro.
What about you, Hutchins?
Man, Taylor Street. What kind of? I can't say enough. I'm glad we got it. It's gonna easily be more than an hour, or at least an hour or whatever. Because I'm telling you, the way we grew up was I don't even look at the way we grew up was poor, right? Because we had family. What I mean by family, like we knew each other. We knew, I'd come down to the skipper's house. I'm Miss Skipper, Miss Morgan, Miss Matthew. You know what I mean? We knew all our neighbors. We knew everything. We there was outdoors. Of course, there was no internet, anything like that at that time. But anyway, we grew up. It was beautiful, man. We went, and even with us, we had that motorhome, and we would just go like fishing and all this kind of stuff. And it was dope, man. Taylor was amazing. It was beautiful. From our schools, even the school, Brady. We're getting to that later, but even our schools, dope. We had the best principal in America. Mr. Burton, we can go on and on and on. It was beautiful, man. Taylor was awesome. I love it.
What about you, Kilo?
For me, it was a little different because I came from the east side. So, came from Mac, scandalous as a motherfucker over there. Then I come to Linwood, it's scandalous as a motherfucker over there. So, it was like, shit. But, like, I mean, I was a little spoiled kid, so. I ain't look at it like motherfuckers was poor. See, going back to shit where I was talking about cutting the grass and shit, I used to get 2 bikes. For Christmas, I give a nigga a bike. What the fuck I'm gonna do with 2 bikes? I had 2 motor control cars, 2, you know what I mean? I had 2 everything. I had bunk beds. I was only me.
I remember that.
So it was just a little different for me. I loved it. Shit. I ain't had no brothers. All y'all was my brother. I ain't had none. Shit. This motherfucker come and put my motherfucking bike together. And before me rolled it, burnt rubber, I was mad at the motherfucker too. I ain't gonna even lie to nigga. But I didn't know how to put a bike together. This nigga knew how to do all this shit already. Or we used to go to the gas station, get oil out the garbage cans, put on the chain. I go in Ross. Grandma give me $5. She like, go get you some oil. So I go in Ross. That's when they was still open a little bit. I'm about to get the oil. I'm like, no. I'm about to get the oil. Go put on chain. Like, no, it's oil. There's always oil at the gas station. He go look at the little garbage, little barrel, get the oil. He like looking out, he agreed her chain. He like, now we can go get some candy and some bullshit. And that's what we did. Shit. I'm like, yeah. There's always a little bit of oil at the gas station. Cause they ain't never pour all that shit out.
That's what
y'all remember Four Square in the street?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the basketball, yes.
Four Square, King, Queen,
Yeah.
what, Jack, 10 or something like that?
We used to play football against different neighborhoods.
Yep.
Yeah.
Against Hazelwood, Gladstone, we used to play against all of them.
Shit, Richton.
Richton,
all that.
yeah. Later on, Richton, yep.
in the street.
In the street.
And see, that's what these kids, like, they don't got that shit now. But I think, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I think our generation failed them.
I kind of agree.
I do.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, we did because we never reached back and pulled them up, and we never went back, and we never even talked to them.
But, you know, I think because we had so much shit we was trying to get, we wasn't even thinking about that.
We didn't realize it. Right.
They was kids having kids.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And then most of us there, our grandmas, they ain't got time to be watching on niggas. Like,
Right.
you know, your grandma was strict. Yours.
Oh yeah.
Shit. You
I know,
that bathroom window?
I couldn't even come
I
outside.
ain't coming outside. Like, all right.
I'm in the house while all y'all sit outside, street lights on, still daylight, y'all walk, everybody sit out there
Hey,
playing.
we coming to
I'm
the
in the
mailbox.
house.
We coming to his mailbox on the side talking to him.
Tom, y'all,
Yeah, Trey, you fucked up again.
can't come outside. Yeah. I didn't go to the same schools with y'all. My mom was, she was super strict.
And then
What school you go to?
She sent me to Winterhalter while all y'all went to Durfee. And then when all y'all went to Central, she sent me to Lutheran West, private school.
Is that motherfucker open? I ain't never.
Nope, it
heard
ain't,
of
it ain't open no more. Nope,
Okay.
nope.
that's the school Mark went to then.
Mark went to Bishop Borges.
Oh yeah. So,
Yeah. So Chiz went to Bishop Borges, I went to Lutheran West, and most of y'all went to Central. And,
That boys school?
Bishop Borges?
Well, your private school.
No.
I bet
It
both
was-
of them. I bet both of them schools you
Yeah.
name outside of Central closed right now.
They might be.
You don't know
Shit,
none of them
crazy.
hoes you went to school with?
No bitches bullshit.
Nope. I don't know none of the hoes I went to that private school with. Nope, I don't know none. I mean, I remember all their names. Crazy, because we used to call each other by our last names there. It was weird. They called me Hudgies, and it's funny how y'all
See,
call
we
me
all
that.
went to school together. We picked each other up, waited on the corner. We met on my corner to go to school. We walking to school together. We did every fucking thing together. Shit, we ain't want shit. We skipped together,
Yeah.
smoked weed, everything we did together.
Jay Lane.
Everything.
I convinced my mom to let me after my 12th grade year. I finally went to public school, and that was my first time ever skipping. I went to Central with WAP and
Went to
the
Central
Kilo
and
and all of
fucked
that. Yeah, my very first time
I
ever
was
skipping
gone
was 12th
already.
grade.
I
Oh, were you gone already?
was
I know I was with WAP and all of them.
I
And
know
Ray, Peace, Ray, and all of them.
I know we all got our own story about Mr. Burton.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Kilo.
Like the Brady.
Tell us your experience with Mr. Burton.
Yeah.
He I called Miss Bridges the fat witch or some shit. She had that old Batmobile crowd.
Forgot about her.
And she had that old crowd there.
that's the little
Yes.
bit
It was
of
me
the
and
It was
Miss.
Cadillac, wasn't it? It was black. I remember.
Yeah, that black. It was something.
That was like a 60 something.
It was something. Yeah.
Forgot about her.
He somehow he heard. It was me and Mitchell. Mitchell Lavelle.
Mitchell Lavelle, yeah.
And motherfucker, yeah, y'all called it that. We heard you and this and that. We like, nah. And they had that blue paddle.
Blue Jay.
Blue Jay.
Wrapped in blue and
Yeah,
tan.
y'all
Paddle
remember
the shit out of that nigga.
Wrapped
Hell
in blue
yeah.
tape.
It was them rulers
He had
or
the holes
something.
in it, didn't he?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
Duct
wood.
tape on that
Some of them did, but his had
Duct
blue
tape.
duct tape on
Yeah.
it.
It was called.
Wrapped around, big
Blue
ass.
Jay.
Yep.
He's, I only got one paddle from that nigga though.
You lift you up by your butt
That
muscle.
middle,
So your butt tight.
middle
The
loop.
pads are tight.
Oh, none of that.
All that.
Oh, I met them
So, you know,
three times.
You and Addison.
I can't remember why I got a whooping, but I remember why I got a
I
whooping.
got it a
remember
couple
now.
times.
And you know what? That's the problem right now with these kids today. You can't touch them.
It's okay. If you do, the parents want to beat up the teacher.
Yeah.
Today.
So you know,
Well, the kid gonna shoot you.
Or
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
yeah, you know, you took the discipline out of the schools. There's no discipline at home, so now you
Yep.
just got kids running wild.
Yep.
So Trey, tell us your experience about Mr. Burton.
See, I can't remember none of my experiences, but the only experiences I can remember was always some situations I got caught up in because of Red. So I ain't gonna say his name, but you know, Red, I got in trouble, but Red got in trouble maybe 10 times as much. So I remember one summer we had broke up into the school during the summertime. School was out, and we stole a bunch of paper.
Pencils and paper.
He didn't see me. I know that they whooped us in the middle auditorium. He didn't see me. He saw red, but it was a few of us. But he took us all in the auditorium in front of the whole school and whooped us all. We got caught stealing. First off, I don't know why. You know what I mean? We hated school, so I don't even understand us in the summertime stealing pencils and paper.
It was something to do of all things to steal.
But you know, when you in it, during them times, everybody ain't come to school with new packs of pens and papers, and new folders.
Trapper keepers, remember those?
Yeah.
It was just
When
something.
a motherfucker brought out a new pack of pencils, he was looking like the man. He'd just be, can I get a pencil? you know what I'm saying?
Maybe the first one to sharpen.
Some of us be like this. School year fresh, you got a nub. Yeah, that shit.
What's your memory, Ball?
My memory, man, Mr. Burton was just the guy that whoop your ass.
Yes.
So, you know, like you said, I met that Blue Jay for fighting. You know what I'm saying? You have to get to fighting. He come to your classroom while you in there doing your work, and you know what? When he knock, whoever you ask for, you already know y'all through.
Yep.
And you know what? He's like Mr. Skipper.
That nigga was like a father figure type motherfucker.
For real.
'Cause he
Shit, he was about
he
to
was
say,
no-
how you tall, you think big?
He had to be about 6'3".
Tall
He
dude.
was big dude.
Hey, you know what?
Mean looking.
I used to think,
no nonsense.
I don't
No
know
nonsense.
if this is true or not, but if you look at Joe Carter, Lean on Me,
Yes.
it seemed like
Very
that was Mr. Burton's
I was
story.
just about to say, lean on me.
I swear, when I watched it, I said, that's Mr. Burton's
See,
story.
I'm not opposed to not believing that because the news and shit used to come there and look at how clean the school was.
Yes,
and all that
it was the
shit.
best.
He
It was
planted
the best.
flowers himself
Yes.
outside of
So
the school.
it
was the best
a
school.
motherfucker can't say
He made the kids.
Well, no,
happy.
Best
producer
school. Best school.
was there and seen it and like, damn, I can make a movie about this.
Yep.
Okay, we was kids. We
And
grew
look,
up.
and look, you remember how shiny them brown floors was?
Yes.
With the red line on it.
With all
You go
the
this
arrows
way,
and stuff.
and green. You
could
go
only
this
Niggas
way.
did. We was in plays.
Yeah.
He
I used to
kept
play
that nigga used to come to
drums.
your class
You.
and be like,
you.
be like, spell 3. Motherfucker don't spell it right.
He get in the teacher's
in the
ass.
teacher's ass.
Yeah, he getting the teacher down. I was just about to say the teachers was just as fighting as him as we were.
He was stern, but
He was
fair.
stern.
What
Well,
about-
fair. Well, fair.
What about them outside activities? We used to hope he come to your classroom and say, "Oh, I need you."
Yeah.
And he gather all these kids and we go outside to do stuff out in the
See,
yard.
I never was part of that.
Yeah,
I know I was
pick up
kidding.
cigarette butts and all that
Yeah.
shit.
All right, get into your memory of it now.
Oh man, I got whooped, man. I got spanked about 3 times by Mr. Birdie, man. Messing with Addo and
Rest in peace,
Marty.
Addison.
Oh, yeah, man. It's- Bro, it,
Oh, Addison.
yeah, bro. It
Hilarious.
was fighting mostly for me. I was always in the gravel. Fighting and shit, and doing something shady to a girl or something. The old nerd and old girl.
Oh, the nerd, yes.
She don't fuck with me no more.
Oh, you knew her?
Damn.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. We sitting in our seats. I'm like, shit, I bet you.
Right in her ear. Right in her ear. A nerd.
Can't do that.
Wow.
It was like $1 million. He couldn't do
Right in her
it.
earlobe.
A million chances couldn't do that.
Mr. Gocioso.
Gocioso.
Niggas always thought he was like this.
Right.
Yeah, he had the platform.
He was on the back
He's
door
so
and
happy to
saying
have
the
a
game.
bobby pin
As Corey Holcomb
in
would say.
in his hair to get it out of.
He was Abdullah. Abdullah, you just bad. You look what you've done.
Hold on.
He got some tweets.
I'll never
Got it
forget,
out.
she was just like this.
Yeah.
She
When
started crying.
did you go, Ball? Because I don't remember you being there with us.
Yeah, I was there. I was there. I said, you got to think I'm younger than y'all.
Remember, he was
How much
Shabir and
you
them,
was?
Brandon and them.
2
Hey.
years.
2 years?
But you should have been there
No,
when we were there.
I only went there for a year.
Okay,
Then I went
so
to
that's
McCullough.
right. You was in and out.
Yeah, I was
about
out.
to say-
Oh, okay. You went where?
McCullough.
To
Oh,
McCullough.
you
Then
went
I
to
went to
McCullough.
university.
That went there for about 3 years.
I don't remember Zach being there.
Yeah, that was
Well, we
there.
went-
I remember Zach Bennett.
We stayed on Waverly. Then we moved. Then we moved back on Taylor. Then we moved down on Richmond.
Then Fullerton.
And then we moved on Glendale. Then we moved on BD.
Oh,
That's
damn,
when we
y'all
met the
just-
other
And
correct.
Fullerton too.
That's how we was able to bring
No, they ain't never stay on
Right,
the
right,
guys
right.
together.
Y'all ain't never stay on
We ain't
Fullerton.
never stayed on Fuller. You see Glendale.
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 That corner house right there,
The
2
corner
flat.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so what's your experience on Durfee? Who I went to Durfee?
Ooh,
I went to Durfee.
Durfee was live.
See, me and Dre,
We went together.
Y'all got double promoted.
yeah, I'm about to tell you, Dre. Dre know he had a crew. Dre had his little crew. About 8 little niggas used to be hanging with him and shit. I lived out on the street, we best friends, all this shit anyway. So he had a little following in school, Dre used to dress nice, his hair done, all this shit. He was like a grown person. He had a grown person shit on. The art teacher did not like this nigga because he liked to kill him.
No, he liked it. He liked it. Thick light motherfucker, light skin motherfucker, brown skin motherfucker Tammy.
Oh, okay.
She was thick as hell.
Yeah.
She was a student?
Yeah.
And the teacher liked the
cold.
Yeah.
Bro, when I say she
the
was
art
cold.
teacher, what's his name?
I can't.
He wore his hair kind of like Klansman did, just like the blowout.
I can't
throw
remember.
it to the back.
I know
And he liked it a student.
Yeah.
Man, she was thick, bro.
She
was thick
looked
as hell.
grown though.
He liked the Kim too.
I know
but the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, he liked him. So anyway, Miss Jones, we used to get into little mischief shit. So she was like, look, they got this program. Y'all want to go to Central? So we're in the 7th grade. We like, hell yeah, we want to go to Central. She like, listen, y'all come to summer school. They gonna double promote y'all.
If y'all get good grades.
Y'all get good grades. Nigga, we went. It was me, Dre, Mitchell. It was somebody else. Might have been. Man, was it Robert? I want to say Robert.
I think we the only two that got double
No,
promoted.
we the only went that went to the whole summer school.
Okay.
They quit going.
All right.
Yeah, I remember y'all.
So when we came back to Central. To Durfee. They gave us our shit, nigga. We walked over to Central.
So from straight from the 7th, instead of from the 7th to the 8th, we went from the 7th straight to the 9th.
That's crazy.
That's how we got out earlier. You know what I'm saying? And then we used to come back to y'all school dancing.
Pick us up and bullshit.
Dre get hot. Soon as Dre come in, he got the sheepskin on and shit. 10 niggas. Damn Dre. He walking around the dance and shit. That shit used to be crazy.
Yeah, I remember shit in Durfee. Shit, that's when I first started getting me some pussy in Durfee. Because back then, you can get you some pussy in the school.
Oh, shit.
I tried
Steps, all that shit.
No, the girls used to come in the boys' bathroom.
Man,
Shit, I
And
ain't
you'll
never
go in
had
the
that happen
stall.
to me.
Yep, she'll go in the stall. And you know what I'm saying? What fucked it up, though, they caught on because, you had niggas always just lingering around the boys' bathroom waiting on their turn. So,
Who waiting
Yeah.
in the turn?
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
yeah,
Once we got to Central, all them teachers, man, some of them teachers, they fucking students, man. I know they was.
Teachers the fucking students?
Hell yeah, man.
Listen, man, Central is where you got your turn at for real. For whatever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. We
First day of
fought,
school,
we
nigga got
fought
shot.
so much in that school, man. We fought so much in that school. But we was so deep.
We got
You got to think we had that whole corner. Remember that whole corner? We had the whole corner on lockdown. So we used to stand like in the middle hallway like this to after the bell. And so niggas that wanted to go into class, they got to walk all the way around us. You couldn't walk behind us because there was so many of us.
Them lockers was my geometry teacher. Them was his lockers for his homeroom students. But I was in his class. He was like, man, y'all, them my locker. I was like, man, we been here since the 9th grade. We ain't even. Shit. We had heaters in the motherfuckers. It was like 10 lockers.
Yeah.
I was only there about a semester.
Y'all was smoking weed at that
You go there
time.
for a
too.
semester?
Yeah, I wound up getting locked up. Remember me and Kilo started out there probably about a
Yeah,
semester.
they got locked up. Now I'm walking to school myself now. So Moki, rest in peace, Moki and shit.
Rest in
He
peace,
like,
man.
man, he was like, man, grandma be bad, you nice shit, man. You be walking up Linwood. And he gave me a double barrel about this long. A 2-shot with a little strap on. He's like, man, just take this with you. I can take that bitch to school. I'm quiet and shit, motherfucker. Then they started having them hard sweeps. When dog shot the nigga in the lunchroom.
Dude, yeah.
I'm clearing him out.
Yeah.
He shot him and niggas was getting popped up
Shit,
in that
we
bitch. But it was too many different crews and it was about 10 different crews in that bitch.
Linwood, Dexter, Finko,
Puritan,
Puritan, yeah.
12.
But you know what? We got along.
Yeah, we got
You had this.
Niggas ain't really, now
You
with
had
the
the
Puritan niggas, when
DLA,
they came.
Linwood, then we had NFL, and when we merged together,
Yeah.
oh man.
And then Chris Bud that was with us too. They was kind of with us too. Rest in peace, Chris
I ain't gonna
Bud.
lie, when I went to Durfee and Central, I never got along with niggas. Niggas was trying to check me in. My first day at Durfee, niggas was trying to check me in. My first day at Central, niggas was trying to check me in. So, I mean, it was crazy. I never got along with niggas. I remember DeMarco and Ernie saved me my first day at Durfee. Them niggas tried to check me in after school. The motherfuckers came up there and saved me, bro.
That's what it was.
See, you was already locked up by the time the crew was formed. Cause
it was
the next year the crew formed.
Yeah.
That was here to be your 10th grade year.
Yeah, that was my 10th grade year.
I was like,
we was over the Black House skipping.
Mm-hmm.
We skipped I skipped for 4 years though. I had to go to that school. I had to go to that school for skipping.
All the time.
We used to be over Black House.
What year did you get that blue card?
I got that. I graduated in 92.
But that's not you graduated.
Oh, shit,
So you had the car. You had that.
I was driving that green Nova.
Malibu.
Yeah, that green Nova.
He's always playing that shine. The wish jumped off your back.
E-Shine.
Oh yeah, E-Shine.
Yeah, E-Shine was the shit.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. That was the shit. Freddie really was big into it.
He was the one who put niggas up on E-Shine.
Freddie put everybody up on
to the
E-Shine.
stove. His grandma gave him 100. That nigga bought
All the
bad E-Shine.
Yep.
$20 a piece.
Yep. Freddie put us up on free E-Shine big time.
Fucking all of it.
You go up there to Chantanese and buy 5 E-Shine
I'm
tapes
not
for a
an
white record.
atheist.
We ain't know. We thought we was like devil worship, but he had some shit.
Alright, he was sweet, man. He
Yeah.
sounded some shit.
Yeah.
So what do y'all feel about us growing up on Taylor? Like, you got to realize it's the good with the bad. We done had a lot of bad, but we also had a lot of good. And it also made us, like, I feel, our characters. Everybody got their own character. But then at the same time, we still similar with the way we move. How do you feel about, like, majority of us is no longer on Taylor? You know what I mean? How do y'all feel about, like, how the block is now? As far as how we had a bunch of houses, everybody knew each other. Now everybody is segregated. Don't nobody know each other. A lot of people don't interact with each other. How y'all feel about
Listen,
that?
you remember how Taylor used to be, right?
What?
What you gonna say?
I ain't really know nobody. The older people on y'all end.
Right.
Y'all knew all of them.
We knew everybody.
I didn't know the older people on y'all end really.
Yeah.
Like Torch, like past y'all house.
Right.
I ain't know nobody past y'all house but Tree now.
Right.
That was
Hey,
it.
Tony and all them.
I mean
Tony,
Tony.
yeah,
I'm saying Paul, but I'm talking about all them other nice houses in between. I ain't know none of them.
Nights and all
So let's talk about that. So what was dope about that, like we knew all our neighbors. We were little kids, obviously. We Miss Knight, Tony,
Yeah, I know his name.
Williams, even Farmer, whatever. We going and on. He don't step on his grass or whatever. A blade of grass, and he'd be pissed off. We knew all our neighbors. I used to go up and I remember I used to go to Mr. Tony's house, for example, just to use for example. And I didn't know example. I used to do that, go, hey, Mr. Tony, or Tony or whatever, and he'll come out, and no matter what, they would come out and talk to us. You know what I'm saying? And that was incredible. Obviously, we didn't know how good we had it at that time. We went out and we
What he was, though. Niggas we wasn't no bad kids.
Nope.
We wasn't bad. We did bad little shit.
Right.
It be 5 blocks over, nigga be doing. We ain't bust windows on the block and all that shit. We wasn't no bad kid.
Nope.
We used to be outside all motherfucking day, but we wasn't bad.
I think we was more or less trying to secure our block. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, we
we
ain't
got
got
to
niggas.
think.
Only rest in peace. Charlie was the only nigga that could come over there and Dion
Yeah.
and get some money.
Once y'all became teenagers, y'all was
Couldn't nobody else come over there and do shit.
when we already do that shit coming up so.
Coming up show.
Coming up so.
Oh yeah, we was ignorant.
That's when it got ignorant. We'll get to that later.
And I remember when I used to come down there from BV.
You be like, what the
And I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. Y'all used to shoot y'all own street lights out. You come down there, this motherfucker dark as hell.
When they became teenagers.
I remember one time a nigga came and did a drive-by on bikes over there. I say, man, let me take my ass back down to the other end. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, we used to
And I'm telling you,
Joe, remember that dude drove by, was all of y'all, was not too far from the Skipper's house, and
That's that
he almost hit y'all or whatever. And he shot at him, bam!
Allegedly.
Well, let me not say his name. Allegedly. Damn, thank you.
don't.
Dre gonna edit that out.
Yeah, edit that out.
Let's go.
Let me start over.
I know who that was.
Remember that dude almost hit?
He had that brown
We
Malibu.
done. I ain't gonna talk about that. Anyway.
Rest in peace to him too. He
Yeah.
passed away.
Did he?
Think he
Yeah, so-
suicide.
So,
He suicide.
see, when once we came up to age, like coming down there visiting y'all, because y'all was strictly, back then, y'all wasn't really into getting no money then. Y'all was really into beefing.
Shit, I
Yeah,
was.
shit.
Yeah, we was getting money. We was doing both.
I've been hustling since
We was
12.
doing both.
Man, every time I came down there, it seemed like you was always just getting locked up.
I was getting money.
Yeah.
So you gotta put a time frame
Well, I'm
on it.
talking about time when Tree got killed. I mean, when Tree got shot up.
He wasn't
I
like
agree, but I
tell you when he got shot on your
Yeah, he got shot on my
He wasn't like
porch.
Drake.
What year was that?
Sound.
I was 19 because I was on top of Tree when he got shot.
I was
I was
fucking
right
with
here
dude
when he
when I
got
was
shot.
like 20 on up. I was fucking with dude now.
Most scariest
We
day
was
of my
getting money,
life.
but we was beating
I remember
too.
that shit.
Well,
Matter of fact, listen.
Because I remember Freddie was like,
He was in Central. That's when he was like.
All of them was on the porch. I don't know if Dre wasn't around this
Listen,
time.
when Tree
Trey
got
was there
shot,
when it happened.
when Tree got shot, we had the spot next door to the Browns, and that bitch was going crazy every day. We was getting money, we just was beefing, cause that was around the time when me and you was just sitting on the front
Hardcore
porch
beef,
all the
right.
time.
My grandma used to come out 5 in the morning.
Man,
Me
we
and
be out
Jay be out
6 in the
there.
morning. I ain't even slept.
Crackheads, green shit,
Nigga.
mini bikes and shit.
Everybody just wasn't hustling.
Right, everybody
But
was.
Right.
you know what I mean? We
I
definitely
came home from
hustling.
work and ran into that shit. They was already on with black and they was already on my porch. And apparently, whatever, some shit went down earlier on Hazelwood, whatever, some crazy shit went on.
Yeah.
And I was, and all of a sudden, we was deep on Taylor on my house, you know, and pop, 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 pop. And I never forget, we ran on the
No,
porch.
Tree had,
jumped down.
No, Tree had just came from Belle Isle with somebody. We told him we been shooting out all day, going home.
And Chill
And he ain't want to listen.
listen.
He was like, nah, I'ma chill. We was like, nigga, we got AK on their porch. We like, nigga, it's been going on all day. Tony the police down the street, like, man, y'all niggas it's too much going on down around this bitch. We got choppers. This shit loud as hell back in 1990 something.
91, 90.
Yeah, cause that was like, I want to say that was like 93, 94.
Whenever
That's when
we
that shit happened.
No, that would mean we was
Whenever we
We
was-
was Tree was out of high school when he got
Yeah,
shot. We was
whenever
out.
we was around 19.
That shit was like 93, 94.
And they was like 17 in them. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember
that shit
that.
like 93,
He
94.
ran on the porch, dialed down.
Cause remember after that, all that shit died down. Then we started hustling out of town. That was 95, 96. So that shit was 93, 94.
Damn.
Yeah, that was the most terrifying day of my life.
I'm gonna tell you the crazy shit in the world, though, man. For us to be beefing with niggas one block over, bro, you gotta think we on this block, we beef with these niggas on this block. Next summer we beef with the niggas the block the other way. That shit is crazy.
But that's
as
how
hell, bro.
Detroit always been set up. It never really was no games. It was block to block beef. We ain't like niggas on Claremont. We ain't like niggas on Hazelwood. We in the middle.
There was no
Yeah,
game.
Down there, y'all rich. Y'all probably like the niggas on Martindale. I mean, I don't know.
We did a little different down there. See, y'all was like a war zone. We was getting dumbass money, but y'all was like a war zone. When you want to get the beefing perspective of it, you go out there with y'all. Like the beauty about it, me and Zap had it sweet because you know what, we got the gangsters down there. Even when I was on Buena Vista getting money, they chased me from down there back down there to y'all. Remember, Dre? When them niggas tried to kill me down there and set me up. So when I came back down there, I was all like, nigga, y'all can't even come down here. And they knew y'all wasn't playing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When them niggas tried to come down and see what's up, shit, them niggas standing in the driveway, they was like, nah, them niggas ain't welcome. Niggas just, hey, got the fuck on the left.
Right.
Cause the niggas down here was straight up, y'all, that Taylor was gangster.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
So
it was.
I remember because when we was on Richton, y'all used to come down there and get money. We
Yeah,
was doing $10,000 a day.
cause we couldn't. It was too slow on our end because it was beef.
It was too beef.
And that's probably why it
money.
was slow. Cause them fiends was like, man, shit.
They got
Them
big
bullets flying through this
motherfuckers
bitch
down
every
there.
night.
They were just scared to run on the block too. That coming up, some shit was going on at that time.
You know what's
nobody running
crazy,
on the block.
though? It's not funny, but it also made me relate to a lot of this wild shit going on now. Because when we was young, we really didn't give a fuck.
Y'all didn't.
And
No,
see,
we broad daylight, all type of choppers going off, and at the same time, like literally, as soon as a nigga got a few dollars, the first thing we got was guns.
and this is what I say, dog. You know, I be in the neighborhood a little bit. Sometimes see shit, and you know these young motherfuckers. I be like, listen, man, go ask your mama. I'm giving you the pass for real. You better ask your mama.
Who the fuck I am? Like,
Nah, I ain't about to let you do shit to me, but just
Right.
you know, cause a nigga quiet and you don't know and all that don't mean that them motherfucker won't get at you real bad, man.
Yeah, these young niggas be thinking, fuck that old nigga.
Yeah, he
But you
don't
don't
talk.
know where this old nigga come from.
Right.
I ain't get this old just being on sucker.
Yeah.
Like, I think about how we was going through that age around between 15 and 19. You know, it's like, I was in the middle of, like I said, my mom had me in private school, right? And then I come home to this gangster shit. It was the craziest shit for me. You know,
What did you
because I wasn't into that.
What did you tell your friends at school?
Listen, it's funny, but when I tell them that, what I was going through, they was like, you live like this? I'm like, yeah, man. I said, this is what I'm around. I'm not like that because I wasn't. I never claimed to be a gangster. I just wasn't. I didn't walk around with pistols. I didn't smoke weed. I ain't do none of that. I ain't do none of that. I ain't smoke oil.
I remember he started. We hit that shit.
I ain't smoke weed till I was 19.
That black thought he killed you or something.
Nah, man, me and this nigga. Nah, me and Zap come from out of town.
Oh, with the weed.
With that skunk.
But these niggas,
We came with that skunk.
I got graduated from high school when I was 19. I became a crackhead when it came to weed.
Okay.
Nigga, I hit that shit one time. That's it. I was a weed. I was a
Yeah,
blunt.
I'm about to say,
I just smoked that shit through my nose. It was
came with that
stupid.
skunk.
but them niggas was had been getting high all day though.
Yeah, we had to smoke about 8, 9, probably 10.
So we coming in off the road out of town. We pop up over his house. He had his own house at the time. Shit, we Black just blacked out like it was tripping. This
No
nigga
bag up.
Nigga, you thought we gave him some drugs.
Listen, nah,
Y'all gave my cousin some
The
dope.
hook out there, the parapet.
Police,
Yes.
he ain't got police.
We got
He
a
got police.
pocket full of them. We got cash out, but we just got
Was that me and you coming from out of town?
It was y'all
Okay,
too.
yeah,
Let me
yeah,
bag
yeah.
up. They ain't tell. So, boom, but we already getting high all day, like Kilo said. Boy, it got to be 2 something in the morning. Boom, boom, door knock. I go down there, boy, it's these niggas. They're like, yeah, we just come back from, we got from Kentucky, Tennessee. They got some weed and they said we got some shit. So they got some weed, nigga. It's in a paper bag. First, you can smell it. It's strong as fuck. We pull it out. It's in this thick ass newspaper. Funky, niggas, funky. We like damn. So nigga, when I say I'm wrapping it, newspaper. I'm wrapping it, newspaper. I'm wrapping it until it's like the shape of a banana. It's just a shape. I'll never forget. It was in the shape of a banana. This shit was, so we was like, yeah, nigga, roll it up. Nigga, and that's where the shit happened. Nigga, we saw hitting it. Next thing you know, Black was like,
You probably don't want to tell
So
that.
we say
You
names.
probably want to say what he did, because he might be embarrassed by that shit.
Anyway, yeah, the shit hit him hardcore. And
But you can say what you did.
Yeah, I said what I did. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck is on this? I thought it was laced or whatever. This shit laced or whatever. So as you know, my partner started freaking out, so I thought he was gonna die or whatever. So I called 911. No, I called
You
ambulance.
called 911.
911. But now,
What'd you tell him?
no, check this out. So I called 911. They was like, I said, yeah, I think my blah 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 is having a heart attack or whatever. It's like, have you been doing anything, drugs or anything? You gotta tell us now, 'cause we give him a shot and kill him. That's exactly what they said. They said at first I said no, he ain't been doing no drugs. They said, listen, if he has been doing any drugs or anything, you gotta tell us now because they're gonna give him a shot. If it's a shot, if it can kill him if he has been doing drugs or whatever. I said, okay, yeah, we smoke weed.
Nah, nigga, you say, we over here smoking heavy drugs.
No, I didn't.
I swear on my mama.
No, I didn't.
He said that.
Hey, we started folding that shit up and get the fuck out of here.
And listen, and we folded, I swear on my mama.
Roll that shit right
You
on up.
say we over here smoking
Why would I say drugs when
drugs?
I know we was only smoking weed?
Drugs, that's weed.
But I said weed.
Nah.
I did. I said weed.
Nigga, I heard we over here smoking heavy drugs.
No.
And then when me and Wappa was leaving, the
If I
narcos
said it, I
was
would have
pulling
listened to
up.
that. I didn't.
They had the Crown Victoria. They was pulling up in the Crown Vic.
I did not say heavy drugs.
And then
That's what we
he
was
ended
fuck.
up
We
getting
smoking
locked up
heavy
for that.
drugs. I didn't say that.
He was already on the run.
He was on the run.
Who?
Right.
Yeah, he was on the run.
He ended up getting locked up for that.
Cause he
Pretty much got him locked up.
I did. That's my blood, man. I was like, I could have
You worry about the safety. You worry
I
about
could
the
have been
safety.
like, fuck that.
But
I ain't about to call no.
we kept
I ain't about to
saying
call no
that was the
ambulance.
skunk.
And my nigga died right
In
there.
our mind,
You think I'm gonna have that shit on my conscience because I didn't call that
we trying
ambulance
to.
on
He
Calm you down,
was
like-
hysterical.
It was
Yeah,
We
was.
trying to say.
no, man, they don't get my
Listen,
nigga.
I'm gonna tell you.
When I went in the room and
Hey,
felt
Bob,
his chest,
He
his
never
heart
went
was
to the
like this.
hospital. It was.
Nigga, I was freaking out.
Listen, I was there. I wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
But I was there for the first part of the day. We smoked about 10 blunts earlier that day. We literally sitting on this nigga couch. Remember, we thought Jerry went past and he was in the back. But we was like, dog, we just saw a nigga walk past. All of us saw the nigga. We was hiding the
That's another story. Yes, yes.
That's the same.
That's the same
day.
day.
Same day?
It's
Oh,
the
is it?
same day.
It was the
Okay.
same day.
I'm telling you, but what I said was
You
we
was
was
mad
smoking
at
weed.
him. And nigga, what y'all gave my cousin? Y'all gave him something. We like Drake.
Man, we smoking all the
We
same
smoking
shit.
it ourselves. Me and him coming straight off the road. I know that, but you turn, you might not remember. Nigga, you know, you forget. You forgot your name one time.
I did not say heavy
Remember that?
drugs. Nigga, I said
Nigga
weed.
forgot his name one
Nah,
time.
he didn't say Joe. I thought he said dope. We smoking heavy dope.
I did something.
Drake.
I said we was smoking weed.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what, though?
Once you said dope, the hook.
No, I know that. And I never forget what Keto said. Nigga, if you tell them we
Even
smoking
when they got there, they started
Listen,
saying,
you gotta
where's
remember,
the dope?
in 1990, some weed was up there with cocaine, and it's all legal. Nah, it ain't shit. Use weed back then was like just as illegal.
Yeah.
right.
I said we smoking. I said okay, we was smoking weed, and she like, and she know I'll never forget. You know, like nigga, if you say that, the police gonna come too. I didn't know that. I didn't.
We been walking.
And so they got the fuck on.
Hell yeah, we got the fuck up.
And they pulled right up.
6 foot. I never forget this white
country
6
bumpkin.
foot country bumpkin looking with white police.
Y'all let him in?
With a dope
Yeah,
at.
let her in. And my cousin was down.
With a dope at.
Sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
Did he look around?
He never went to the hospital.
No, this is exactly what.
They never took
Open
my
the door,
door.
and I'll never forget. First thing she
Cause
said
he was
was,
calm by the time they
"Oh
came.
my God." She said, "Oh my God, they are smoking in here." That's the first thing she said. So anyway, I let him in. Make a long story short, he going out on a stretcher,
Handcuffs.
and no, in a stretcher. And I never forget. I asked I never forget. I asked the lady this, the police officer. I said, "Do regular or the ambulance?" I even asked one. I said, "Do regular weed make you out?" He was like, "No, it probably was laced with something." That's exactly what they
That
said.
shit wasn't-
That wasn't like
That nigga, this white,
we been smoking all
I'm
day.
telling you
this
what
white
she
man,
said.
this white
I
man
didn't
pulled
know.
that shit up from the side of his house. He stayed right across the street from the spot.
Yeah.
He pulled it up
We watched him pull it up.
and wrapped that shit up.
And I'm not saying it was laced.
No, I'm not
telling
saying
you,
He
I'm
would
not-
let it lay around, let
Yeah.
it dry all that
Well,
So you
time.
got real.
I'm
All
not-
that
I'm
weed
not-
we smoking,
I'm not-
we was drinking old English back then, all that
Right,
shit.
I'm
was wild
dehydrated.
control.
He was dehydrated. I'm not even saying we was young, we was kids. I'm not even saying it was laced. I just asked him, do regular weed send somebody to the fucking hospital? That's
know what,
not
though?
about to jump out your chest.
You know another time,
And she said,
Davis.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's where it went down at.
I
First it started up at Shabu House,
That's when I got my Hugh Hefner world.
and that's when you started going crazy.
Hey.
You remember the time when they over at Auntie house and she had what she had over there?
Yeah. I'll make sure I add that on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They be watching.
That's cool. Shit, that was 20.
Nigga, it don't matter.
Motherfucker, yeah.
That's when I met her? No.
Cool.
No, that's not what you mad about. That's when you was with at that time.
Oh, yeah, Korea, yeah.
His mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Met her in
see,
'92.
yeah, but we talking about the
Well,
going
that's
Met her
crazy.
with me.
We talking about
that's
the
after
attic.
babies.
When you have to go up
Yeah,
in the
that's-
attic and you go up in
Nah,
there,
we-
anything goes.
Over.
He had the forensic lights up there. Oh man, he walked around in his robe.
I got a couple up here. I had to pull up.
Oh man, it went down over there.
The works.
For real?
We
Damn,
coming every day.
coming through.
We they kept calling me every day. What time is it going down?
I got a question.
You ain't got no motherfucking job. Like, yes, I do.
Why you share with everybody else be cuffing when it comes to your mans, dog? I done shared a lot with you, bro.
I done shared a lot.
You ain't never shared.
You around as much.
Nigga, listen, man, this nigga was roommates. Me and this nigga was roommates. You know what I mean? I shared damn near everything that came
You
through the
talking about
door.
the whole family?
This nigga ain't never shared not one word. I take that back. You did share one word. When you called me that day, it was like, I got two.
Yeah.
Always
still look
be like, she's a person.
He said that hard 95% of the time.
You did what we do with the person. No, this is
Listen, I'm gonna tell you a true story. This is the realest shit ever. Me and Fat Boy playing cards. We playing cutthroat, just me and him. While I come in with something. I done smashed already. He's like, yeah, this such. I said, I know you. I hit you. She's like, I know you too. Yeah, you hit me. So now she was like, why were your bathroom at? She off a pill. You showed her. She go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
She come out butt ass naked with the socks, number socks, ready to get ran. So me and Fat Boy like this. He ran and got his robe. This a person, no. I say, nigga, what?
Who did that? Why was Fat Boy?
Man, I was mad at that nigga about a month. We roommates. I ain't speaking to this nigga for a month.
Hey, listen, back then, you had Dre. You had Tree, you had Wop, you had Bree.
And
Listen, over there,
Roommate.
over there,
That building.
it was going down.
Where was you at?
At the
On
Fort
Living
Family
Lord.
Wet.
Making, listen,
Listen,
making
you made
money
money,
is jumping off the top rope.
Women,
Going crazy. Down the street from the, like 2 blocks from the Brass
Oh, okay.
Man, we listen. Man, that motherfucker apartment was nice, dog.
Yeah.
Bro.
I can't tell you how much money came through that bitch, dog.
Who lived? Who like owned it?
They all had
I don't even know.
Oh, y'all
We
pay
ain't
rent.
went to
Y'all
my
had
house.
one- and we
I
had
never
one
knew who
drunk
owned
in
that
there.
motherfucker.
We had one drunk, we made him run in the school
Damn,
yard,
he was
like
a-
condoms and all
You
that.
paid,
And get all the juices that was still too
you
young.
paid $400 for your rent and your utilities was included.
No, we had to pay our utilities.
Mine was included.
We
When
had-
I came moved
Yeah,
in,
that one I was, that shit was hooked up.
It was included.
No,
So you paid
nigga,
$400.
we had to pay because you remember I moved out. I called you out. I moved out like what? That motherfucker bill just came and still my name, nigga. I paid the bill down.
we ain't
Some got hooked up.
It's probably the water
Because my
bill.
man, the landlord, he was.
I never saw the landlord. I only knew Al.
No, that lady, that's when that lady took it over. She said she wanted everything hooked up right. And she was like, y'all gotta sign a lease and everybody moved out there. Because like, we ain't put our name on shit.
Was y'all 19 or older by this time?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, that's when Tree got that first, when they first dropped that Escalade pickup truck. That's when
Yeah,
Tree had that. My bad, he had that Harley first.
Yeah, when Woody came through in that black Benz.
That's when I moved out.
Parking that motherfucker outside.
Nah, Woody,
What the fuck?
listen, Woody didn't park it outside. Him and Tree switched cars for a week. Tree parked that Benz on the grass. The black car, I came in and told all them niggas, I said the black car been sitting watching the house for the last 3 nights. I said I'm moving my shit out. I moved out. You know, I come back jangling and I leave. I got the fuck
But
out.
that motherfucker got ready.
I wasn't taking
Oh,
a
yeah, one
chance.
time
Smart
somebody broke
though.
in that motherfucker and through the back door.
Them niggas was sitting
Went
down
around
there
all
watching.
through
You
my
gotta
room.
realize it's a lot of traffic. Niggas going crazy. It's 4 units. One
Y'all making money out that bitch at the same time?
Not only that we making money, we in there gambling. Like, you gotta think, ain't nobody got a job at the time.
ain't making money.
Niggas in that bitch.
You know what I mean by making money? Y'all was making money out of
Yes.
You at the country club, man.
Bro, listen, niggas was, I bought my dinner boots off the spade table.
I used to come through there. That was it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't do
Never
that.
came,
I know I
Dre.
can't do it. I'm so black
I
over
wasn't even
there.
going to work.
Listen,
Man.
we in that, dog. You
$100
listen.
a man. What I'm going to work for
Going
it.
to
I was a
Hey,
beast
you
too.
remember that time when Whopper got locked up?
Oh yeah, that's
He got a go with a truck.
And he told me. He told me
And
too.
you got out
You know what? You know what?
He
You
told
know
me
what?
too.
I'm mad. You know this.
He told me. And my man told
I
me
swear
too.
to
He
God
was
on
like,
everything I
that
love.
shit shady.
I swear to God on
My
everything I
dumb
love.
ass.
I'm
He told
sitting
me.
there.
He
This
told
was
me.
the day my son was born. I'm on the way to the hospital. All this shit kept going on. The nigga asked him about 5 times before he left my kitchen, what kind of car you in? And I was only making $100.
Yeah.
I told this nigga Wop, I say, dog, that nigga setting you up. Say, don't fuck with that shit, bro.
My
But
dumb
that's
ass.
my man. I say, nigga, go do your
And
thing.
my dumb ass was like,
This
no, I
nigga-
work with this nigga.
He told me all that. I say, this nigga setting me up,
He
bro.
called too many. He wanted to know
But
how
you know
far,
what happened?
what color car you in.
You know what
He
happened?
kept calling.
I called Wop. He didn't answer. I moved everything out the house.
No, he was like, he threw. He threw.
And
They got him.
I told Tree, I say, listen, I say this one, I swear to God, I told Tree, I said, man, listen, I said, there's 1 or 2 things happen. I said, either dogs set my man up or them niggas killed my man. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I said, I moved all my shit out the house, Tree. I said, I suggest you do the same thing. I woke up the next morning with a lot of calls and texts from Tree. He said, you right, they got him.
Yeah. Hold on, Dre. You remember when he came home?
Man, when that nigga, he had me
That
shook.
nigga came home, nigga like that nigga told him.
I swear to God, look.
Hey,
Niggas gonna say, how you got out of here so quick?
This nigga came home.
You know, like, yeah.
I bought that white conversion van from. I bought that white
Well, I ain't
conversion
gonna
van
lie, I
from.
used to hear it, but I ain't want to believe it.
Listen.
The boy was saying it too. That's my cousin. He said something. He said something. I know.
A big 2 pounds.
Yeah.
A big 2 pounds with scripture bills in the
All
night.
that shit?
Yeah.
Listen.
They charged him
And
the
one.
knife to protect
You
all
never got a
that.
felony?
Yeah, I got a
Oh, you
phone
did?
call.
Okay.
Listen, man, he did
I
about
was
what,
like
3 months?
16
No, I
miles.
did like, totally, I did about 7, 8 months.
You was that long?
Yeah. Because I got work
I
release and all that
knew he
shit.
was gonna do about
But you
20 to 30.
know.
I was all like, while I'm
Listen.
coming home, I was like, how?
Listen, I wish Diddy was here right now. I swear to God, I wish Diddy was here right now. I had bought that white conversion van on phone. I told that nigga Diddy, I say, listen, that nigga asked me anything about some work. I'm going to Coney Island. I'm gonna say I'm going to pick my order up from Coney Island and I'm gone. That nigga say, you remember little such and such, such and such? I said, I'll be right back. I'm going to Coney Island.
When he came home, it didn't seem right.
Bro.
And
After all that?
niggas ain't expect to see him for another 20 years.
Wow.
I'm on the low end. I expect him to get about a 10-piece.
What happened?
Bro,
He was in there writing the governor.
Bro,
He was writing
you know what?
everybody.
You know what? I was lucky. No, listen, I was so lucky that the law had just changed.
Yeah, because that powder.
Just fucking changed,
That
bro.
powder
Like,
harm.
I don't know, like 2 months before they caught me. It just changed.
Is it similar to
And
like?
it was a statute. It was like a slot, a different slot. Like, if you ain't never been in trouble, you can only get this, and
If
that.
it's powder, if it's
If
cooked,
that
all that
wouldn't
shit,
have
hard
changed, that
powder
I'd
is
have been
different.
through, bro.
It's probably similar
I
to.
researched all that shit because I had.
And I'm gonna
Drew,
tell you-
what's her name? One of the 4 people for my lawyer. I don't know what's fuck wrong. I fired that bitch.
You tapped into that country club then.
Oh man, I tapped into
He had
all
them
my
motherfuckers.
resources. That's what I did. I tapped into all my
You remember we
resources.
went to the free nigga, you talking about, we down there, he talking about, they sent him some money or something, talking about my sister fucked up or something.
Need a heart.
I heard something, they sent him the money and shit.
Hey, I fucks with
Well, I
them.
was like,
Them
I'll be
lawyers,
back.
all the motherfuckers, all the niggas own these big trucking companies. I fucks with them.
I ain't gonna lie. That nigga there, one thing for sure, what I'd have did, that nigga that set me up, I know it ain't like he ain't no witness protection. I go wherever the fuck that nigga at and I'll call him that nigga.
You know who it was?
That nigga's a whole ass
Did he
nigga,
like
dog.
that?
Who?
What's my man?
I call
They had
that
a
nigga
sister
head.
that worked there. They had 2 brothers.
This
One
nigga
was
jumped
fat,
up from
worked in the
a
kitchen.
QP and a half ounce to a big and 2 bones. I say, nah, he
and
did
some
that.
brother,
What?
man.
Tony? You talking about?
Big boy,
Oh.
big boy the cook, big
Black or white?
light skin, black. He was mixed.
At the club?
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't talking about chef. He talking about niggas that worked up.
And then his brother worked in the golf area, and then they had a sister, a real pretty sister, worked there.
Oh, you talking about that? Hey, really? Who?
Who
did it?
his
You talking about? I know you talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he had a fat brother.
So when that happened,
and
did he
his
still
brother
work
worked
there?
at the golf, and his brother worked at the golf.
He set me up.
Jesus, I'm not surprised.
Was when that happened?
And I
Did he
ain't
still
never seen
work
that
there?
motherfucker again.
What about the brother?
No.
Did the brother
Yeah,
still
his
work
brother
there?
still
I don't
work
want
there.
to call him the brotherhead.
And his brother was cool with him. Terry.
If I can't get
Yeah.
you after you Jane Lane,
Right.
I'm gonna bust your brother head, and I'm gonna bust your head at the
I ain't heard
going
of
away
seeing
party.
He
No,
probably was set out to just do that, to get niggas.
But I wanted
No,
to
he
say,
got caught up.
He
got caught up and jammed them up.
And jammed me up.
I'd have been like, "Oh, speaking no English."
so you
And
got.
then that order was too big for the first time anyway.
No, that was not.
He wasn't
No,
he
did
wasn't
something
even getting a
before.
quarter of
He did a
that.
bowl.
He
did
let
a
it
bowl.
so big, it was crazy.
Yeah.
His order wasn't even right.
He was getting a half. I know exactly because I remember he was getting a QP and he was getting a little half. So you jump from a QP and a half to 2 bowls in the bed.
Yeah.
I say no. I told him. I say nigga don't climb the ladder that quick unless he going out of
Yeah,
time.
Drake called that right. I remember Drake was like,
I told that nigga
did.
5 times, bro.
He did.
Do y'all think what almost happened to WAP because
Ain't
of
no
the
almost.
No. He said if the law would have, you know what I'm saying, would have changed.
no,
he
no,
would've-
no,
Right.
we were just not seeing.
So what I'm saying is,
And he had
you know what?
He become our own
Yeah,
boss.
but you know what? But you know what? With all that law shit, if you study it right, it's all about your character. It's the character of your person. If you are habitual
part
of
and
it.
all that, I'm
I
telling
know
you,
what you're
it's a big
saying.
part,
If you
bro.
sit there and
Yeah,
don't
I've
be
been
trying,
in
this
and out.
nigga was
Can't
having
tell me the
motherfuckers
law.
writing letters all
Yeah,
day.
if your character, I ain't never been
They
in trouble.
they do look at that shit
Even
because
the
the average person
prosecutor,
don't do
the
that.
prosecutor was like, "This is unusual because he ain't never
Let me
been in no
explain,
trouble.
let me
He
explain.
take care of his kids. He got a job.
Let me explain.
He went to school.
Let me
And they
explain
good.
from the side of the nigga that's been in and out. They have
That's the difference.
they have a high and a
Yeah,
low.
they listen.
Right.
They have a high and a low. So if that motherfucking number say 5, they can't go less than 5.
Right.
Unless they
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
you know
right.
what? You got the judge or somebody speaking highly of you. If your minimum is 5
Right.
years, you gonna do 5 years.
None of my
You're not gonna do
none of
18
mine
months.
was. They was 0 to 5. Cause I was taking care of I was like, I gotta go take care of my kids. I
remember
they
you
were
was the topic of conversation. Tree was like, man, we might have to do him. I'm like, Tree, I'm like, man, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. But I knew the rules. Tree was like, man, he might gotta go. I was like,
Listen, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why Tree
They gonna
said
look
that.
at it, I remember
Because
Tree
I
was
told Tree in the beginning, I say, bro, something was up. Tree was like, man, you know why? Watt done took all that money. He had the titty bar going crazy. I say, nah, dog. That nigga shit going straight to voicemail, nigga.
Yeah.
Something fucked up.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, Tree got shook. I probably made him paranoid. I was like, nigga, I done moved everything.
oh, when he
So
came,
you better
when he
be
came
ready.
home, boy, Tree was paranoid.
Tree was
paranoid.
Not as much as me.
He was.
I just
I
got
was
shook.
like, man, why you talking
Then
to
I
me
watched
like
this
that?
nigga walk down the street talking on the phone.
Tree be like, I be like, man, that's fucked up. Y'all thinking.
So what almost happened to
I ain't
you?
say shit. They tried to get me to say some shit. I'm like, man, give me, come on, man.
So do y'all think that's what happened to Carr?
Give me
He
my
just got caught under that brand new law that got him still locked up till this day.
Nigga, that's dope and murder is different, nigga.
No, I'm just saying.
That's two
He
different
took somebody
laws.
He could have been out after 25 years.
Nah,
after
that's
that,
two
right?
different
But
laws.
he got life
bro.
without the possibility of parole.
Oh,
That's
he
what
did?
they said. Y'all
But remember, at first
went
that
to
wasn't
court.
right.
You know they
That
just
was
changed
kinda
that law.
cold.
Right.
They just
That
appealed
was
that
kinda
law.
weird.
So right now he going back for resentencing.
Right.
Which
So
I
Ray
heard,
should
yeah.
be home this
Right.
year.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
No, that shit
When
different.
he
Murder,
did that,
murder and dope
he
is
did
different.
like
bro.
Oh, okay.
he did one of like the first carjack killings in Michigan, in Detroit.
Oh, did he really? Oh,
Niggas was
okay.
getting carjacked because
they
niggas
wasn't
was
killing
doing it, but they
motherfuckers.
weren't killing.
But they weren't
motherfuckers.
killing him.
And nigga
Yeah.
was still
Even though the
driving
nigga
that
pulled
car.
the strap on him first,
Right,
he unloaded.
right.
You know,
I don't know what you're talking about.
damn, that shit was
that
that
shit
shit over.
bro.
He served his time for that shit.
But
yeah, but he said he supposed to be coming home.
supposed to be
though.
coming home. I saw that though. That's gonna be
Yeah.
He, man, he
dope.
got high hopes, man. You know,
Well, I can
Ray,
say,
free Ray, baby.
I can say this
That shit was crazy, bro.
growing up on Taylor, it's been good, it's been bad, it built us up as our characters. I can't really believe like when we first started on the block or whatever, you know, it was a bunch of houses there. We got a lot of vacant houses now. You know, I think it's that crack epidemic, it's the drugs, it's all that. it came and fucked up a lot of families. You know what I mean? Like our generation, I think we the last of the generation, the go-getters, the people that think right. Like the generations after us, some of the shit they be on, you was like, damn, that shit really makes sense to you. And it's like the mothers like right beneath us, the fathers right beneath us. They giving out bad information.
Yeah.
They don't have that hustle. They don't have that go-getter mentality as far as going to work, providing. Like we always like, I came up with my uncles and they always was like family. You know what I mean?
They just had morals.
Yeah, they had morals. So I don't think we lost the morals somewhere.
We ain't lose the morals.
Not us ourselves, but I'm saying over the generations. Because you got to think we had where your grandma can call down to my grandma, my grandma can call. Now if you call a motherfucker, they checking you. What the fuck you calling me for? You see what I'm saying? So we lost a lot in between. You know what I mean?
Man, it's sad to see me like
though.
become what it is right now. And I thought you wanted to purchase that,
Somebody
didn't you?
bought it. I think
Is
that
Somebody got it?
Is that the one next to Miss Mark's house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had
She
one. She took very good care of that house.
I think with us, we used each other. We needed, we went to each other.
Yeah,
we didn't really go in the house and be like, you know,
Yeah, we went to each other.
We used each other for shit.
And we knew, like I knew Miss Morgan.
Right.
We knew Miss
We knew
Skipper.
everybody,
We knew all these others, mothers and parents, and man, what we had was dope, yo.
But you know what I think made us so tight? We fought each other as kids.
Yeah, we fought.
So we have a respect for each other because we know ain't nobody who.
I only had two fights in the block.
I remember you fought Zach.
And Freddie, that was it.
Didn't you fight Tree?
Nah.
You never got to a Tree?
Nigga.
That was Tutu that fought.
I
If
fought.
I did, I remember.
Who did I fight?
You
I
fought
fought.
Tutu.
I fought Freddie.
Tutu fought everybody.
I never forget. I
Right,
fought
Freddie
Freddie, and then
fought
you.
I ain't never had
That's my
no
first
fight
time
like
meeting
that.
you because he went and got
I think
you.
I wanted to fight
You
nigga.
came
I
down.
remember saying, I remember
fought
he had a hit
Freddie
list.
Blood.
He had a hit list so long when he's locked up, like my brother's gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. We drink it out. Yeah, so many
I remember my first time meeting Dre ever was Dre coming down to get on me about fighting Freddie.
Hell no.
No, it was
The
a
first
two.
time you probably met me is when I got out of the boot. Matter of fact,
No, it was after that. That was after. I remember you got it when you escaped.
Rodney,
Yeah. That was after.
I
I never forget you came down and I was like, man, you know how your brother. That's all I said. I said,
Yeah,
man,
I was
you know how
like,
your
yeah, I
brother
know.
is. And that was it. It
I
was,
left
it
it
was
alone.
real cool
I ain't
after that.
I ain't wanna
You
fight
fought
my
Freddie
man.
too.
I ain't want to fight my man. I wanted to whoop
Two-
niggas' ass who was
two-
fucking with
two-
me.
It wasn't even a fight. I hit
Listen,
him.
That's what
I
I
It wasn't even a fight.
I
You
ain't
wanna call it
gonna
a
lie
fight.
about it being my brother. I don't like Tutu has changed from back then to now. Like 90% of the niggas in our crew he fought. So I can't say it was the niggas, it was him. My brother was going through shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was going through shit. I remember one time I was supposed to buy these bellies off of him. He had got somebody pregnant. And I was supposed to buy these bellies off of him. I had a job. My check was short. And I told him, I said, man, I ain't able to buy them bellies, man. My check was short. Nigga just fired on me.
I remember that. I remember they fired on you. I
Just
remember
fired
that.
on me in the middle of talking.
Yeah.
Just imagine this shit. You just tell a nigga I can't buy
I
him
remember
because
that.
my check was short. Nigga just blow your shit
I
out.
remember that.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, I remember
dog.
that.
Dre, check
Something
this
is
out.
wrong
I
with
wish Freddie was here today. You wanna know what the biggest fight I've ever had with my life?
Probably Tutu.
Freddie at the house. You seen it?
Yeah.
You and Black was
See,
there?
I ain't gonna lie. I made him fight you because you fired on him. But I don't know what y'all.
I didn't
you
fire
talking
on
about.
him.
He fired on Tutu. I always tell Tutu, nigga, you always start shit. Dre fired on me. He looked on me. I say, nigga, he fired on you. And I just turned my back. They just got the brawl.
Cause
It's wrong,
Freddie
man.
called me something, called me a bitch or something, and I got up and I dropped all my coney. At this time we was
called
drinking
you
and
out?
smoking. Yeah, I had my food. All my food fell on the floor, and I was just mad. I never forget. Like, oh my god! And I just looked at Freddie and I went,
And they got hands of stone, too.
I ain't gonna get up.
Shit back then. You
I
got to
saw.
say Eagles.
Freddie was strong.
Yeah.
I moved all
He
the
was like a rapper.
Furniture
table
shit, I
and
know that.
I moved all the furniture. I knew he was coming at me. He looked at his
No, he
brother,
looked at me. I
and
gave
Jay
him
was
the
like,
go-ahead.
and he came at me.
got
And
it wrong.
we just pop.
That's what him and Tree fought in your house, too.
Man, nigga,
Tree hit him
can
in
I
the
tell
head.
this funny
You tell the
shit?
story because I wasn't there.
Nigga,
Man, I don't even want to talk about that.
Freddie took a fucking 40 ounce.
Nah, he did something before that.
He put some on his neck.
On
and
his
shit.
shoulder. He whipped out on him and put his thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He put his
Yeah.
neck.
Really?
Man, stop playing.
I swear, yes, that's what it was. That's then, you know, he wasn't fighting nobody.
He whipped with that.
That's what nigga. We was in the room. You was making beats and
Right.
shit. In. That's what they was fighting.
I didn't know it did
That's
that.
when Tree was hanging with me.
I didn't know that.
all
Let me
that.
tell you what I
Tree
thought.
Tree was either playing the game or something, and I don't know why Freddie. You know,
was arguing?
they was playing.
Freddie was
Like
there.
Freddie used to be just bullshitting. You know,
Put your meat on the
and
nigga's shoulder.
and he did.
I didn't know that either.
That's what they was fighting for.
Oh my God.
Nigga, I tell you what I
That's what they was
remember.
fighting for.
Freddie hit Tree over the head with a 40 ounce.
He probably
Tree
did.
over the
That's
ashtray.
what he did.
This how strong Tree was. Fucking crashed it over Tree's head. Tree was sitting down on the couch, reached over and grabbed Freddie and picked this nigga up while he was sitting down. That's why I know this nigga is strong.
Oh, that nigga was mad.
Pick Freddie up. Yeah, he was mad.
I was mad.
It was all anger. Yeah, bam. And like, but we broke him so he wanted to just destroy Freddie or whatever. But I don't remember the meat.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
But I know he broke a 40 ounce. So he broke a 40 ounce on his head.
Why would Freddie just hit him in the head with a 40
I
ounce?
don't know. That part I don't know.
We was like, damn, and then
That part I
I think cause I mean you came and kicked this window out in front of me and skip out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
because Tutu gave me a whole
And I
innocent
told
story.
you, I was like, Dre, he put his dick on him, man.
No, see, I
did not
you
know that.
You probably didn't know that.
I looked at him different.
You
He
probably
said
didn't know
that.
that.
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga told me, he say, bro, this nigga hit me in the head with a tree hitting, brushed a ashtray across his head. That's the story I
That's
got.
all you
So
know.
once you told me that all
See,
this
I don't
shit up,
remember
it
no
was fucked
that.
up.
Cause I don't remember him getting no stitches and no shit like that.
That's
Freddie
what it
ain't
was.
getting no stitches.
It was a glass ashtray.
Ashtray.
Yeah, one of them old ones.
It wasn't no 40.
Then one of them old
Freddie
thick
told
ones, he
you
would've
wrong.
been in the
So he
motherfucking
hit-
hospital.
Freddie
Yeah,
broke
it
a
was bad.
glass ass trail
Oh,
with
I thought
Tree's head.
Tree said
Yeah,
That's what
after
it
he
was.
hit him, he picked
It
it up
wasn't a
bad.
40 ounce.
You know
It
what I
was-
mean?
yeah.
He
then-
did the same thing he hit him with.
No,
No.
Freddie never got hit.
No, Freddie did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he
When he did
He
that,
changed
and
the
flipped
story
him,
up.
Yeah, he flipped Freddie out
and
there.
punched him.
And
Freddie
punched
grabbed a tray. You know, he bigger than him. And quite naturally hit him with the
And he
shit.
hit him with that and broke it over his head.
And then then he went, because that's when Tree had that little blue Cutlass, that little blue his mama gave him, that little blue raggedy ass car. When he first started selling weed. He parked in front of him and skip
That's what
out.
it was. Now I remember.
Drake came down there, kicked the window out.
Yeah, Drake did.
I was on the porch. Tree pulled off. You know, he
No, he didn't pull off. He
And I
said that because that was in the seat.
It was a little bitty
That
ass.
nigga,
So I don't know how Tree fit in his car, but it was just
Yeah,
a little.
he
It was a little
went
tight
He
ass
was tall, but he
car.
was skinny though. He wasn't always
It was
big.
a little tight ass car.
Shit,
Now I remember he did hit him with a 40 ounce, but then he hit him with the fucking glass. I was like, damn, this guy hit twice.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
He
My
broke the
brother
40 ounce
kept me in
and
a
the-
lot of
and
shit,
the thing,
dog.
yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie. And after a certain point, I just stopped being hands on with him. You know, I love him to death. Now he different back then, but I know if anybody called me 90% of the time, it was his fault, dog.
Even after our fight, I'll never forget. We was sitting there back there, you and Black was with me and Freddie went on. I'll never forget. We was just sitting out there. He was like, man, you hit hard. I never forget, man, you hit hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man, but we
Yeah,
was
you
cool
was
after
strong
that.
as fuck when we was kids. You was always strong.
Nigga, remember? Do you remember me and you were playing? I don't even know if you remember. You was so young. We was little, and I wasn't trying, but I somehow threw meatball on the ground. He hurt himself.
Yeah, you was strong as fuck when we was kids.
Nigga,
You had them
I
boxing
know the
guys,
whole
boxing
Skipper
guys.
clan.
don't fuck with the Skipper family.
I know the whole clan was out there.
Nigga, the whole nigga. I was in the house. Ivor was trying to protect me. I wasn't coming outside. It was Wop, Zap, Mooney, it was Jabu, Tasha. It was the whole nigga. They were like, come outside. I'm like, no. And I'm trying to explain to him it was an accident. I wasn't trying to hurt him. It was just, we was baby.
You
We was
already
kids.
know you go, the kids come in that crowd.
Yes.
What happened?
What the
Yes,
What
yes.
happened?
They was coming
And
from
they
me.
come jumping off the porch.
Nigga.
They were
Yeah.
nasty.
You know what fucked me up the worst? Your aunt.
Jabu?
No, Tanzella.
For real?
I was on the bike, yeah. I was being a smart mouth. And I said something.
Man, she was cool.
Nigga, Tanzella came out there and like put her nails on me.
For real? She
Fuck
was,
me
she
up.
was cool with
Nigga,
she
Tanzella fucked me up.
Yeah, I was cool.
Ask her about it. Hey, see, I love Tanzella. She's dope, but yeah, she fucked me up, boy.
You know
No,
what?
it wasn't because of him. This is some whole step.
That's when you had that chopper bite.
That was when I had that chopper bite. You remember that?
Then he jumped
Oh, and
around
the
and
tongue
tied
came
that up.
off.
motherfucker.
Up at Channel.
And you know when we are at clubhouses and shit?
Yeah.
Why back the sweetest one? He had lights
Up under
and
the
shit.
porch.
Yeah,
Heat in
lights
this
and
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
raid nigga shit.
And we when the tree took all tree
Yeah, we
shit,
did, right.
all they Christmas gifts and all that
Man.
shit, tree, everything, cushions.
He ain't had no
like
heat under here. He ain't had no heat under here.
and then invited him to mine.
I think Paul and them tried to make one too.
Did he?
Paul and them tried to make one. They had one, but there was one under the porch.
I had the only one where you could stand up in. I
Now,
used
Paul was a
I had
kind
my
of
pen.
Paul. He ain't never do it to me, but Paul was like a bully to little kids. He used to
Was
fuck
he?
little, hell yeah, Paul used to fuck little kids up.
He used to bully everybody.
He broke Aaron collarbone.
You remember when he
Oh, for real?
when he played
Man, listen.
JR on that
Across
21?
the street from my house, that field had
Oh,
two
JR
cars in
game
that
with
motherfucker.
21.
They used to
Well, how
play
you
football
play?
in there.
He overshot. What's
He
that?
got
Think
in
that's
there.
why
It
Ivan
was
didn't like him?
7-0 was
He got
blowout.
in there.
He overshot.
That is probably
He kept
it.
shooting.
And he hit him.
And ball,
Broke his
he
collarbone.
wound, something happened where he wound up quitting or some shit and he ain't paying. I think that was JR. He did that shit too.
He really couldn't beat us in basketball sports. He used to play basketball real wild. He used to be elbowing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Who was that?
he wasn't no
See,
sport
yeah,
nigga
yeah.
really.
Paul.
Oh,
He couldn't
Paul?
fuck with us in
He
sports.
couldn't do that. Awkward.
Because he was gumpy. He was,
I remember he used to fight with Ivan all the time too.
Yup, Ivan, well, it wasn't no fight at them times.
And see, back then, Ivan seemed like he was always just big.
He was, because he was a little, he used to lift
Well,
weights.
I'm talking about he was
wasn't
tall
tall.
too.
He was taller
But he
than
was
us.
tall compared
You're
to
right.
us.
Compared to us, we used to look
Ivan
up
was
to him.
tall than a motherfucker.
We used to look up to him.
And
You're
he
right,
was always
literally.
ripped the fuck up.
He was
like
always
Bruce Lee.
ripped.
But that nigga was
He
grown.
was older than us.
But he's a grown, he's grown.
Yeah.
He used to have me and Black fight all the
These
time.
dogs
Oh, for
fight each
real?
other?
Yeah, he'd tell us fight all the time.
Yeah, Ivan was crazy.
Yeah. Shit, if he'd tell Black swing on me,
He used to
and
beat
we-
up
we
Paul
roll,
every
or
time with
shit,
one punch.
and we'd come out, and I remember
With
last
one
time.
punch.
Us
He
was
was quick as
locked
hell.
up around this
Yeah.
time.
Get the fuck off.
You was.
Yeah,
You was like
yeah.
that.
Me and Black used to fight, man. Shit, me and Black, and she had to have 100 fights. We used to fight all the time. And then we used to bully Woo, because Woo couldn't fight.
Oh,
then
Woo, yeah.
Ren would come over.
Oh, really?
Now Ren was strong than a motherfucker. We used to fight Ren. I was like, I don't think I want to fight.
And Ray got so many
Ren
niggas.
was strong
Even
than
as
a
he got
motherfucker,
older,
man.
I knew he became a monster,
That nigga
man.
slam you,
That's
hold you there. You be
that's a
like,
buff
God damn,
dude.
you not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
Shit.
Ray got real
Let
strong
me
than a
loose.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what though? Now that I got Wop and Dre here, who would y'all say the biggest jangalanga?
Uh-oh.
In their prime. On the outside looking in, what I would say,
Dre used to go
I would say, hold on, I would put Dre one.
Yeah, he used to go crazy.
I would put Tree two, and I'll put you
I
last.
put Tree 3 and Wop second. The reason why, because Tree did more tricking.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
I was
Like
on
me and Wop was,
GP.
me
We was
and
all
Wop
on
was talking up on it.
We was all
Tree was
pieces.
straight tricking.
Was
It's a
he?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, this is a true story. Remember we met them chicks at Floods? I had a weight bench in my bedroom.
Ooh-wee.
I took her from Floods. I'm in the bedroom going crazy. Wop came in the door like, nigga, we put her through the Geechee dance special.
Shit.
We working her down, working her over. Tree and her best friend came down. We was working her girl over so
done already.
scandalous.
We still
She wanted to get in. Like Tree went upstairs, was like back down in 15 minutes. We still going crazy. She like, damn, y'all doing her scandal. We was like, it's room for you. Tree was like, We got her going crazy.
You couldn't have no soft heart to bring no bitch over there.
Well, Whopper was always peekabooing.
No, what I'm saying.
And I had a chick on Whopper and he'd crack that door open. He looked back, he be like,
He be like,
this is rape. Like, no. And then he threw his hands up like, what up? Like, no, man. She calling the police.
I ain't gonna lie.
He gonna try.
If it wasn't my wife, like when me and my wife separated, my wife come over. If it wasn't her, anybody else was fair game. When I come through, I'm like, shit, what's up with my man? She be like, what's up? It's popping off.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we put
Yeah, we had
motherfuckers
some-
in
we
the
had
real.
some-
Just
Yeah,
keynote
over
to
there,
his
man.
first threesome.
I used to be on Betty's all the time.
Yeah, we used to
Up
go
in that
there having
motherfucking attic.
orgies.
And I used to come downstairs and just tell it. Cause I knew you ain't about to come downstairs and be like, nah, this nah.
Nah, this is what we just did.
Yeah, we tore y'all hoes up
We went
upstairs.
bananas.
Yep.
That shit used to be crazy.
Hey, you wasn't there with us, Hudgies, when we did that star at the hotel? It was about 10 of us.
Ooh, did we do something or jump off at the
You
wall?
nah,
Yeah.
you holding the bitch and all that.
Oh shit!
That night
You end up with the
was
bitch in the
me,
morning.
you, Kilo. It was. He was there too. It was.
Some of that we had rooms, so some of them was there, but they ain't participate. Severe was there too.
You talking about downtown?
Severe was there. We
I don't know
was
what
in
room we
Southfield.
Southfield, right off.
Cause man, we dropped her back on Genesee.
I thought we was downtown.
Nah, we
right
was in
on First Street.
Southfield.
Because I remember we had them one hoes. They bullshitted. We put them out. We went and got Star and came back, and them hoes was still sitting in the hallway trying to get a ride.
That's downtown.
That's what I thought it was
That was downtown. I remember that.
Southfield. I don't know why.
Oh, you was there with us that night too.
Yeah.
Everybody went
No,
crazy.
we
was
ran
it?
and then we
Look,
let
niggas used to stay on Genesee.
we
Listen,
let Jameer hit. And
that nigga's on that bitch like a cowboy.
yeah, and then you came. He ended up cuddling with the bitch.
You know what we gave her? $11 for some lunch meat and bread. That's it. And she smashed all night, 24 hours. $11 for some lunch meat and bread for the kids.
That's dope.
We went, man.
How old was y'all in shit at that time?
We was in our 20s, dog.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell
20s.
y'all, this was some real shit. We ran through with probably about a 50 box of condoms all night. We worked her all
Them bitches
night,
all on
bro.
the floor and everywhere.
taking it.
All night.
Yeah, Tree was the worst guy to ever have run trains with.
Why?
When he came down there on Buena Vista, man, we had a little chick down there. Because Tree, we was running her. Man, this nigga came and took the rubber off, shot it all over. Yeah, nigga.
It was over after that.
The nigga was like, he can't come no more. Listen. I was like, why would you do that?
He damaged the girl.
Shit
Y'all don't want to
Listen,
touch her
man.
now.
Listen, the girl was a beast.
Oh, that's
She had
funny.
one in his hand, one in that hand, one in
Damn.
the mouth, and
He said
somebody
he
hit
over
her.
there painting her.
Nigga, this
He
nigga
picking
Tree.
her up.
Listen, first of all, he fucked up the rotation because he was like, everybody hold on. He wanted everybody to stop. And he got to get his grind on. He got a grinder. And when he came, he yanked the rubber off and all over all in the face. Nigga like that nigga was straight, man. It was awesome, man.
It's like he can't come.
Yeah, he can't come. After that, he couldn't come no more.
Hey, remember I brought them biker chicks over?
Motorcycles.
Oh, man. Okay.
Big one wasn't feeling that.
Oh, man. She over that door.
Miss Gibbons.
What the?
And she used to get niggas a lot of leeway.
I just love Miss Gibbons. Y'all gotta go home.
See, they had that Harley right there on the sidewalk. They pulled up.
Cause your room was right next to hers.
Yeah.
So she heard shit. And Zach was in the attic.
Yeah.
Man,
So
she
she
was-
gave
Zach
me-
was in the attic?
What?
Yeah.
Everything was Zap had the
I
attic with the
didn't know
black
that.
lights and shit.
That's crazy.
Remember Zach
Zap
was
hooked
in
that
the attic?
motherfucker up.
Damn, that's dope. I didn't remember.
That was 94, 95. 95, 96.
So that was before Baylor's, after Baylor's.
Oh,
That was before Baylor's.
we was older teenagers at that time.
Yeah, we used to go down
We
there
was in our
smoking attic.
20s. Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was an attic at that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Zap hooked that bitch up.
We've
In the
been
20s.
playing old
He had
school.
the little baby. He had the family move up and that in. Charlene.
Oh, she moved up in the attic?
Oh, they moved up.
Oh yeah, Charlene was up in the
See,
attic.
I didn't know
Oh,
that.
what's
I
he
thought that-
Project?
I didn't know that. I thought
Was
that
that his first baby?
Man, Charlene was over there for a minute up in the attic. You had moved out. I think you was over there with Isaac
That
or
was
something.
You knew that?
Remember, you
I didn't
moved
know.
out.
I didn't know
You
that.
wasn't really over there that much. When Zap, when Zap came, you was on your way
I
out.
must have went to Baylor's.
So
Yeah, you
Nah,
was on- you had
you
it
might
down
have
there.
been.
I was young as hell.
Well, you might have been on Baylor.
Okay, let's. Hey, so what's going on when y'all was going down to Paris? How did that start?
My first time, I had just got that black IROC Camaro, that RS.
Yeah.
I fell off. I went and got a 8-ball from a nigga. It was $75. And I had $100. And then me and Tree went down there. He was already going to school in Jackson, Tennessee.
what you are?
And he used to come
It's
back.
all wired
He used to
in.
come back and be like, man, they make a lot of money. Then Timmy used to come up here. He used to just put an E in a mayonnaise jar and his Caprice with the rims on it just drive down there. I be like, damn. We ain't had shit. I'm like, shit. He was like, I'm about to go back to school. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm going to go down. We going to go down there. Went down there with the ball, nigga. As soon as I get there, the car cut off. We ain't got no gas, no nothing.
You ran out of gas.
$100. That's how much it took to get down there in that motherfucker. We get to the house, boom, we go in there. And motherfucker just started knocking on the door. And I'm like, damn. We go out there. Because the nigga was like $25, $30. So it's what they say. You like, give me a 30, you just hand it to them.
And it's really a nickel.
Give me
It's
really a nickel.
Yeah.
Give me a 25, you just hand it to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I made 900 that night.
The
The next day he had to go to school. I dropped him off at school.
$75.
I was $75. I dropped him off at school. We split it. I take $450, and he get the other $450. I come home, buy a half ounce from a nigga, from the hood. They gotta get zapped with somebody. I go back. Nah, half ounce. Shit, I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I come back and buy an E. Then when I buy the E,
Nigga see you like a jump.
when I buy the E, I tell all them.
We go.
I'm like, come on, it's going down.
So you went down there like four, 5 times before you
Yeah,
got
we used to go with Leisha. Me, Zach, Leisha used to drive us down there.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul, we used to rent Paul Cadillac. We ain't had no car to get out there. He charged it. I need about $250, so we like, fuck it. Paul always taxing. We get him $250 for that gold Cadillac.
Of course, he was.
Leisha drive it. She stuff it. We been all that stuff and all. We been doing that shit years ago. She pulled that slimy motherfucker out. Hey, I grabbed it. Give me that motherfucker. Open that bitch up.
You ain't having no account on that?
Yeah, she had it wrapped up in plastic. Then she was, tuck it. When we get down there, that motherfucker come out slimy. Open that bitch up.
Stanky shit out of
Hell yeah. It was so much fucking money down there, man. That shit.
down there.
What made y'all quit going down there?
I got hot.
The heat.
They was on me. They knew my name.
Because that little time, man, people get to talking
You
that
gonna
shit
get
back to you
indicted
so
quick,
fast.
though.
You
Yeah,
put them on the side of the Highland Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, tiny little motherfucker. Bro.
But you got to think, it's all blacks right here. And the white people on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? There was only 1,500 people in the whole little town.
Damn.
But it seemed like the like I ain't gonna lie, the times I went down there, majority of the money I was getting was through the white people.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're dealing with the feds or
Yeah.
a real normal white motherfucker.
But see, when by the time you came, I knew who to fuck with and who not to.
Right.
Because I used to deal with the fiends.
That farmer, the motherfucker, we got that.
I used to fuck
He was
with
good.
Margaret Ann, this lady.
Yeah,
She knew all of the.
everybody knew.
She knew judges. She used to get up in court and walk out all kind of shit. When we went to court, she had a court date. She was right before us, and he was like, Margaret Ann, she was like, I'm the fuck out of here. He was like, you can't go nowhere to judge. She's like, I used to save your ass from them black boys, and they used to whoop on your ass in school. But this how this country shit is. He was like, all right, Margaret. And she walked out the courtroom.
Dang.
But that's
That's
how
that
it
Commonwealth
was.
shit.
That country shit. They
That
all
Commonwealth.
together.
They ain't got no.
They went to school
ain't
together.
no rules.
He white, so he got to go to school and come back and be a judge. She fell off on drugs. But she used to protect them when they was little.
Yeah, my last time going down there, I took all they DVD players and TVs because they
Yeah, we
ran
used to
off
do that
on us,
too.
so I can't never go back.
That was Margaret Ann house.
I tried to get Kilo to help me. He's like, nigga, I ain't a part of that. I was like, Tilo, hold the door. I'm taking TVs and everything.
So that was
Yeah.
Margaret Ann, cause like we'd give them you give them a ball. Nigga, they gone. They ain't coming back.
Man, yeah.
But they told us don't answer the phone. They was like, don't answer that phone.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I picked that motherfucker. I got 400. Oh yeah.
What?
They ain't want us to answer the phone because they was doing their thing. You know what I mean?
Get
Shit.
it from us, and then go
Gonna settle it on the
Right.
side of town.
See, when we gave them the shit, they went to the hotel. But the people thinking they still at home. So they like, no, this don't answer the phone. Man, answer that motherfucker. You need 400. Another motherfucker. I got 300. I got 2. Motherfucker, I got 6 AKs. We like, hell
You
no.
say 6 AKs?
Man, they had
They
all
was
kind of
selling
shit.
everything,
We
bro.
just ain't bring them bitches back.
Well, I went down there one time. The last time me and Kilo went, nigga, I hadn't had sleep in a day and a half. I told the motherfucker, I said, you knock on that door again, I'm gonna get you shoot. Nigga, I couldn't even sleep.
I'm looking at this nigga like, nigga, we down here booming.
I couldn't sleep,
Boom.
bro. I needed some. Anytime you ain't slept in a day and a half, nigga, everything you delirious, bro. I couldn't even sleep, nigga. I was tired.
They like this, knocking.
All night. 4, 5 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning.
And then the
Niggas
one house
knocking.
we was in, nigga, it was about 15 motherfuckers in there. We down there with all 3 aunties,
We was there. We
Laney, Timmy, all
waking
them.
up, eating breakfast, and all that
Yeah.
shit, all with dope. And
Man, I used to go in the bathroom.
chilling.
So the fiends used to come past the bathroom to the back door. I used to be like, oh, I got a shit. I go in the bathroom and slide the window up. Nigga, I'm in the bathroom. They don't even get to come to the door. I come come out the bathroom, nigga, I got 4,000-5,000. They like, man, it's slow as hell. I'm like, yeah. Then Freddie started going to the bathroom.
Like shit.
It was so many of us, man. It was like we was dying. Man.
I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to go take that bitch over, dog. Them niggas like, nah, we can't go like that, bro.
I think we'll all be locked up.
Yeah, it was kind
Yeah,
of
but we would have owned half of that motherfucking time.
Because your brother Freddie and Zap got it. The house we was making money out of, this nigga named Royce, he was running this town.
Oh yeah, Royce.
Till we came.
Yeah.
See, everybody else was scared of the nigga. We wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And Tree Auntie and them stayed in his house. That nigga came over there. He like, these niggas rolling out my house.
Yeah, I gotta go.
He like, y'all gotta go. Then he owned a bar. And then we went to his bar. We was rolling out of his bar. This nigga used to bring Lattimore, BB King, all these motherfuckers to this bar. This way back then. We out there rolling out his bar. You know, we buying chicken and shit from him and all that, pig feed and all that dumb shit. But that nigga ain't like us. I think
would y'all go back now?
I wouldn't.
Think it'd be safe
I
to go
would.
back? You would try?
I wanted to just go to that fish fry just to see.
I go to the fish fry.
But I just wanted to
It
see.
just passed. We missed it.
We missed
I
it.
go to the fish fry, but anything on that shit,
But
bro.
they changed their whole force.
Yeah.
But I think it's room for something. It might not be that, but it's something now. They 150 miles from any place.
But the thing is, this is the way the internet is, the way the wave of these young niggas is back then we was down there able to go down there without any bullshit.
Duck
Now,
it in and duck
you
it
gonna
out.
have to go down there
Right.
and comb some niggas' heads, bro. Now
But
these
Timmy,
young
Timmy's still down there though.
yeah, but they probably
See, you
consider
get
him,
with him.
they consider him the OG.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but if you get with him, now that's their town. You know what I'm saying? So now you good. Long Timmy and Lady give you the leeway.
See, I don't even see it like that, Kilo, because that's just like we being the OGs, and there's some young niggas around here popping off, and we ain't over there no more.
Same
And we
over
just
there.
bring some niggas over and say, nigga, y'all
Same
go
over there.
ahead.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, no, nigga, y'all niggas ain't been on the block in 20 years. You see what I'm saying? It's different if we go over there and just set up shop then.
That
some
nigga asked me
out of
too.
bounds, niggas, you know?
But when they was at the funeral, somebody called me. Timmy want to talk to you. I forgot who called me.
Yeah.
And I asked him, he like, damn, I ain't see you. I was like, yeah, man, I just couldn't make it. But look, if you look at right now, dog, how all them down south, a lot of them motherfuckers, they still doing that shit, dog.
Yeah, they is, man. But
Because they got a different type of money. They fucking with food, cattle, all that shit, wheat. That's different type of, that shit, that money going world fucking wide.
But think of how they moving though, Kilo. They moving, trying to move shit on a small scale on the radar. Little Rock's here. We trying on some Scarface. You know how we move.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't trying to go down way out there on no
But
little
they
scale
flavored
shit.
it changed too with all the meth and all that bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably.
It don't matter what they got down there. Whatever here, the numbers are still the numbers. We always got numbers cheaper than whatever the fuck.
Right. Because Tree made a lot of money off weed down there. When that purple came out, he took that shit. That
Tree
made a
made
bankroll.
money just by taking niggas, dog. Like the few times that when we
He never hustled.
Tree never
He
sold
never do
nothing.
shit.
I
He
did
never-
everything.
He do something the first time.
He
He did shit, but he not like that.
Yeah.
He went to fuck all the bitches down there. He
That's
ain't go to
that's
do
what he
nothing.
was doing. He wanted to fuck the
I ain't
hoes,
fuck
bro.
bitches down there. Everybody had a little bitch. They
That's
was
one of his
most
little
of them.
cousin who was just here. She was like, "Oh, gotta give you my number, Carl." I'm like, what's the little?
Who, Kim?
Is
Kim
it-
and them?
His
Like,
cousin Kim. He used to be in the projects.
Yeah, the one was just here for the funeral. The little, I forget that.
Yeah, it was a light skin one too.
Yeah, she gave.
I
I'm
forgot her
not trying to mess with you, man.
Let's go to fatherhood, because now everybody start having kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, right? Sound about
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I had
92.
Yeah,
baby,
before
baby.
Sad Dre.
It was
I had man in 2001.
Shit,
That was my
you
first.
made, 10 years after me.
Yeah.
Shit, I was 92 fresh shit.
That's when shit got real, when you had your
Oh
son.
yeah, I started moving around a little bit more, working country club and doing all that other shit.
I
Moving
was-
around. I started
I
moving
was-
around more. Yeah.
It's 150. It's 400. I'm gonna take care of that shit. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't nothing good to say. Nigga, I was supposed to have about 13, 14 kids.
Damn.
I was paying like a motherfucking nigga.
Like, don't do it, baby.
I ain't
about
gonna lie,
the
shit
many
always been
Hell
serious
yeah.
for me, dog.
Wow.
I never said, okay, now I got a child, it's time to get serious. I always thought it was serious.
I agree with
Because
that,
I was the
though.
oldest of all my
Shit.
brothers, and my mom and dad was fucked up. You know what I mean? They was on that shit. And then I grew up in a family where everybody hustled. I knew what my path was gonna be. So it was always.
So you ain't
shit.
never recalled as being able to take a break.
Not since I was 12. That's when I got my first sack, dog. I was 12.
Not since I was 12.
I wanted to get in the
First,
game. I ain't
second,
had to.
12.
I just wanted to. Shit.
No.
I ain't like school like that. My shit was paid for. I took that money and shit went left.
So you had an option to either go to school
And
or
my shit was paid. I had it. It was paid for.
they gave you a
everything.
refund?
Yeah, I had the money to pay for it. That's how I had it. That's how I got the money. I had to go say, I'm going to school, this and that.
Oh, you had to enroll in school to get your...
Yeah, I'm rolling in Jackson. Brought the papers to the judge and all that. He seen, oh yeah, you about to go to school. They released the money. I went to the car dealership.
So that
Soon as I got
25
it,
G's you talking about?
it was 90,000,
Oh,
93,000.
90,000. Oh, God damn.
And back then, 100,000 back then was like 250, a quarter of a million.
I'm
You
sorry.
took me to the car dealership.
I did. But I don't know why I thought you.
But Kilo had the coldest shadow in the city.
Yes, he did.
That
The
was
best.
the coldest
He had it all
motherfucker
piped
shit.
out.
Yeah.
and everything. Do they still even do pipe out? Do they still do that?
Yeah, they still do that.
Man, he
That
had
car,
the dope
if you pop up
rims.
with that motherfucker now, that motherfucker still be cold
Beautiful.
right now today.
The coldest one I tend in America.
We rode
But
around.
definitely the city.
We got on so
got the
much for that
coldest
money.
shadow,
We just
boy.
pull up.
Remember niggas used to fight to get in the ride in the front seat with
Yeah,
you.
we got Jay. Oh,
Hey, you
man.
got
That
Jack,
was
did you?
Trees. He
Yeah.
made show.
Yeah.
He used to come out 9 in the morning. My grandma was like, he ain't woke yet.
Get him up. It's time
You
to
heard when Kilo was coming
It's
around the block.
time. It's time
Yeah.
to juggle
The
Yeah.
sounds,
Bang
you
in
had
there.
your sounds was
He had the
cranking.
rims,
At the rim.
the interior.
Always
bed.
clean.
Then everybody started getting cars though.
We was all at
That
the car.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
They
but
was
you was
working.
most definitely the first nigga out the circle with a fly ride. And I think that's still that shadow.
That shadow
That
was
shadow
cold.
was the
brand new.
coldest in the city.
Coldest.
Yeah, they
I think
Mark
Mark was second with the B. He had the B.
Nah, Mark had it at the city.
Chiz
He
had
shit
that
had
now.
no beat
Before
in
the
it, did
Civic, he had that tracker with the sounds. Chiz
Oh,
had
okay.
that
I remember the
tracker.
tracker. The Honda, I don't remember.
And then he had the Honda with the Civic with the
But I remember
rims.
he had lights on that bitch. I don't remember he had no.
Oh,
He had the glowing lights
yeah.
at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
WAP had that
Yeah.
Grand Now.
And
Yeah,
Wap had
beat
that
in
grand
that
now.
bitch. That bitch
I had a
was
Civic
slapping.
too.
I had some 15s in that.
Yeah.
That bitch was slapping.
I never decorated
Hear
my
that
car.
goddamn
Blue.
gap band bumping all the time.
Hell yeah. That bitch was banging.
Yeah, that bitch was banging.
Okay.
Remember you driving? Did y'all get in an accident together?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know, drive the steering wheel and.
We about to be dead.
No,
in my
what?
mind. In my mind.
Yeah,
we
I
dead.
see all that shit around
We
the
four niggas in that little ass Grand Am. Come around that
Who's
curve.
number 2 in the grand now?
It was me, WAP, I think Brandon.
Oh, B was in there?
and I want to say, I don't think Tree wasn't in there.
What the fuck
We was
y'all-
following
what-
Tree.
what
We
was
was
y'all
going
doing?
downtown. He was in that big long ass Delta his granddaddy gave him.
Yeah, that
Hey, I remember he went off to the side to try to
Yeah.
avoid, but he ain't had no good brakes. My
He-
shit was, my
big
shit was
mama.
brand new,
Oh,
so I could stop fast. He couldn't stop fast. He had
what
that-
you was avoiding?
It was, the
You know how
traffic.
to- you know how to
you going
rap?
downtown, going towards Jefferson, but you still
the
on
traffic
freeway.
caught y'all
And
quick.
look, in the traffic, because you know everybody going downtown is so the traffic. I see the traffic, all the brake lights, but you got to come around that curve.
And you see it all brake lights.
Yeah,
I
yeah, you see it.
nigga going by
He like
90.
nigga, you go.
Yeah, I'm about to ask how fast were y'all
I
going.
You
just-
thought I was gonna die.
Yeah, he like nigga. And swear
I hit the walls.
Hell yeah. So
He like, damn, I was deductible. I shot to the bank. Here you go. Fix your shit. You got insurance? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had it straight.
Yeah, I had it straight.
We right back on the road. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, you got to come right there quick?
I mean, they
Went
fixed
to
it.
Cadillac, that motherfucker right on Grand River. They did a good.
I did not know they fixed you right up.
yeah, right there on Grand River and right there
That's the
across from
boulevard,
that cleaners.
Yep, they did it.
Yeah.
But
That
I
was-
think
they did
Kilo had the first ride out of us.
Nah.
That Nova.
Oh, that green one? Yeah, well, shit,
We
my
didn't
mama-
have a round.
Yeah, that was
No,
in Central.
Paulie had a car for he had that
Yeah,
car.
I mean, of our age. Of us.
That was, yeah, when we used to drive that to Central.
Yeah, Paulie had the Mustangs. Yeah, they was booming way before us.
Yeah, him and Clarence had the
think I
Mustang.
had
That
that
Nova.
Nova already in the
Mustangs,
backyard.
Yeah,
waiting.
my
We was
auntie
kids.
stayed on
We was
Hazelwood.
young.
She couldn't walk or nothing. She gave it to my grandma, and then I used to just take it.
Oh yeah, that green
We used
Nova.
to just take that
Yeah,
bitch out the garage.
Yeah,
That Nova was dope.
That bitch was quiet.
It was beautiful.
We
That
just take that
engine,
bitch.
that was a 380 under that bitch,
350
wasn't
or
it?
something.
350?
305 or something.
305.
Yeah, that
Any one of
car
them.
I know. My grandma got it painted and everything.
That number was
That number-
No,
dope.
they tore her ass up for that.
She
It
had
wasn't
that
shit.
motherfucker.
We used to sit in it and just like imagine if you could drive that.
Shit, we used to drive that
kids.
bitch to school. Had to put the pan on there, catch the oil was leaking.
Who was the second one with a ride after that?
Shit, why would I ride?
Why had one? I had that black.
You had a ride?
I had a
That
ride.
Reliant.
That Relance.
Yeah.
Relance.
No, yeah.
That's the AMC.
Piece of
car.
shit. Yep. There you
Black
go.
had that Chevette.
That AMC
And
car.
Black had that blue Chevette.
Yeah.
Black had a few cars too. He used to
He
tear shit
traded
up.
that bitch to Tutu for my AK. I needed my AK one time. That nigga like, man, that motherfucker gone. I saw Black. I said, motherfucker AK. I traded it for your brother for the Chevette.
You traded a car for
That nigga traded my AK for that Chevette, nigga. I was on fire, bro.
Wow.
That's how I told you. That's how my brother used to play me, dog.
Okay, y'all. So now, looking back on all the shit we went through, and you see how things is going now with the old us, the kids that's the age that we used to be. What type of message would you leave with them?
Man, I do. I talk to my youngest boy, my junior. I just tell him
You talking about to the kids or yourself?
to the kids. I leave them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do. My wisdom, they be a little old school going, and they be like, "Oh, Dad, they don't do that no more," whatever. I was like, "No, man, it's still y'all gotta have integrity. I gotta be respectful to people, and be patient when y'all doing stuff. Y'all always jittery and I mean, y'all got this technology shit, but still, y'all still gotta beat y'all feet and just get out and do stuff and see the world differently. You can't sit behind this stupid screen all day. That's not how it goes, man."
I agree.
Yeah, I just tell them, man, you gotta have some respect, man. Respect go a long way. You respect a motherfucker, your life will be much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Because when y'all think these older guys, y'all think some of the ones that turn up. Y'all think y'all turn up, yeah, y'all will shoot.
Man, this shit ain't
But they'll be waiting for you in the garbage and all that shit under the car.
under your bed.
You go put your socks on, nigga, jump out your sock drawer on you. They ain't ready for that type of shit. I remember my son one time, I'm at work, he going crazy, nigga, you don't do nothing for me, you don't never like this, all that. I'm at work. And they was like, you want to do something, just come down here. I'm at work, I can't leave. I go down there. About 6 in the morning, I know he got to go to football practice. I wait in the backyard. He come out. I found him right in the chest. Bam, what's going? I'm like, you said come down here, nigga. I'm down here. What's up? You know what I mean? I'm just telling you, man, if it was somebody else, you probably be dead.
Right.
But this the mentality of an older nigga.
Right.
He gonna sit you out, wait. He gonna let you win the argument in front of everybody. He gonna wait about a month. And they gonna be like, damn, old Sean, he fucked up. Damn, that's fucked up. Cause he done been and got into it with 10 niggas after you.
Yeah.
Cause that's the type of nigga he is.
Yes, I think it's real important for us just to talk to these guys because they never seen what could be. So they don't have a complete understanding, in my opinion, on a lot of things that they doing today. You know what I'm saying? The disrespect is so high. It's to the point where, when they say, you know what, I want to talk to this girl, but you don't know nothing about this girl. You know what? I want to, I want to go over here and start hustling.
Right.
You don't even know nobody in this area.
Right.
They don't. I don't think
they
they
don't
think
comprehend
things
that.
through
Right.
before they
You
act.
can't just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Well, you know why that is? Because they're used to getting everything at a push of a button. So it doesn't matter. For us, we couldn't do that. We had to beat our feet to go and feel and understand and go through stuff, hands on. They don't have to go through stuff hands on. That's why they so mentally messed up. They go through it mentally, but they pushing buttons to go through it.
But
They're beefing on buttons. They beefing on Instagram. We beefed at your door. We beat our feet.
Right.
They not doing that.
See, but
You
we
saying?
listen to the OGs. We saw what the OGs went through. We learned from them. Like right now, I'm the oldest of six boys. I could tell my brothers them stuff, and they like, he out of touch. He don't know what he talking about. But when everything come back into fruition, when it come full circle, Then when I sit here and say, I told y'all, you know what I mean? We listen to the old guys because you got to think a lot of stuff comes from experience. A lot of stuff comes from maturity. A lot of stuff comes from going through things. I don't have to wait for it to happen to me. If I saw something happen to somebody else, I'm going to take heed to that and I'm going to move accordingly.
They know it all.
What I would say to these young men, and hell, the women can fall in this too, the young ladies, because if I had a daughter, that's what I would tell her. First of all, I don't think it's cute to have a child when you're 17, 19. It ain't nothing cute about it. It's a major responsibility. You think it's cool because maybe your girlfriend's got it or your boys got kids, and you think, listen, kids are beautiful, but that is a serious responsibility.
I agree.
You know, to take on families, to take on children. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a firm believer, and the reason why I ain't got nothing else, like I didn't want to be in a situation where the streets going to raising my children or whatever, because I got to work 2 jobs just to maintain the household or things of that nature. But anyway, that's what I would say.
People weren't really telling you don't have no kids.
Yeah.
People weren't really saying that shit then.
They sure wasn't.
They was just saying, get some money.
Well, see, you back then, when we was young, the welfare system was the hustle.
Right.
So they was encouraging you to have kids because you get more food stamps.
And the piggyback on some shit we was saying earlier.
Yep.
That's why these bitches have 7, 8 kids, all this shit. Cause a bitch can, from tax time to through the summer back to tax, they can stretch that shit. Sucking dicks and freaking with niggas and
Take it in the face.
whatever they doing. But they know tax time come back around and have 10,000.
Yep.
And then they selling kids too.
Right. They can stretch it for them months. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard. It's hard for us because we ain't got nothing to sell. But some now the niggas can go out here and just sell dick like business sell.
Right? Oh my God.
We be doing the same.
Yes, we would.
We'll be doing the same shit, man. It ain't you know, and especially if you a man that wants something. See, we always wanted shit.
Right.
A lot of people, a lot of motherfuckers don't really want shit, dog. That's why we kind of how we stuck together and did shit.
That's what made us different.
We ain't like
Settle for no
like
shit.
our crew. I don't never us down in one another because a nigga ain't had shit enough.
Nope.
We found a way to help them get this
Never
shit.
jealous
See?
because of that.
And we was real friends. These niggas now ain't friends. They just know each other.
Yep.
They ain't friends.
Big difference.
Crooked motherfucker.
They ain't friends, man. That's why they all separated.
Okay, fellas, if y'all want to have some closing thoughts, we can wrap it up.
Okay, I'll start off. If I had a message to send these young men and young women, it'd be, you know what? I think you should think before you do anything. I think you should say, you know what? How would the person behind me or in front of me or to my left or to my right feel if the shoe was on the other foot? Even if it's something as simple, you know, as, you know, a young man messing around with a young woman and you know what? He having sex. Ain't nothing wrong with having sex, but it's a way to have sex. You know, you have sex to enjoy yourself. Most young people ain't having sex to reproduce. They just having fun. So you want to be with a chick, I get it. Just wear a condom.
Yeah, be responsible.
You know what I'm saying? Wear your condom, you know, to not just so you don't have kids, but to protect yourself. You have other things out here besides a woman getting pregnant. You got different type of diseases and stuff you have to worry about. So, you know, be mindful of that. And, you know, and my message for the young women, you know, you don't have to look at a man as a come up. You don't have to look at a man as an enemy. You know, when you dating a guy, just date a guy that you see a future with. Date a guy where you have things in common. And, you know, so if you was to get pregnant by this man, you know, you wouldn't mind. You know, you'll be looking forward to having a baby with him because you know what? Hey, he's my friend anyway. I enjoy being around him. We talk, we have things in common. So there's a good chance that y'all can be in a relationship and raise a family. So those would be my closing words.
Man, probably be, I think the young youth, period, girls, boys, men, women, they should really just understand the definition of cause and effect. Because that's basically your whole fucking life. Mm-hmm. You know, you do some shit, and some shit gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Depends on what it is. Yeah. Shit. So I think once they really understand what cause and effect, and you can't just do what you want to do because you feel you him or you her. There's a bunch of hims and hers out here. Mm-hmm. So
yes,
you him, you gonna run into a him. Mm-hmm. Now, who is he at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? Because one gonna leave, one ain't. Shit. So I just say this, that for real. Cause and effect, man.
And my thing is like, for the young folks that just focus on like partnership. Like if you messing around with a young lady, or y'all serious, husband, wife, or whatever, just try to be a partner in the whole ordeal. Like have each other backs and be respectful of one another, and don't be out here wilding and acting a fool all the time, buying all this worthless clothes and all that. It's a big world out here. Should try to go see it. I mean, it's a big world. There's more things going on right here than here in America. Trust me, it's stuff that's way popping off better than this. You'll go see it. Trust me, way better than this. You want to take all them shoes and throw them in the garbage and buy you some plane tickets. Yeah, for real. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I say to our youth, listen, y'all live in the information era. We don't have what y'all had back in 1985, and anything we wanted to know, we had to go to the library. Some of these youth today, they wonder, how do I do something? How can I do this? I'm like, it drives me crazy. You got this incredible. Once upon a time, this really used to just be a cell phone. But it's a smartphone now. Y'all can Google whatever you want. Whatever you want, Google. The information is there. So I'll just leave it with this. Hard work. Things you want in life, it takes hard work. If things was easy to get in life, we'll all have it. So don't be afraid of hard work. Get out there and make it happen. Because one thing I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, this world will swallow you up. We live in America, we live in a free country, but if you ain't getting out there and make it happen and work hard and make it happen, it will swallow you up. So just get out, just work hard, Don't be afraid of some hard work, get your elbow grease and get out there and make things happen. And and find the right people to be around. I'll say that too. That's real big.
Yeah, that's true.
Be around the right people. If you ain't around the right group of people, then you are who you attract. I'll leave it at that. So,
all right, I want to say in closing, charity starts at home first. Okay, we do a lot of give backs. We have an annual picnic. This will be our 5th year doing it. It's free food. We have live band. We have a DJ. We have bounce houses for the kids. Free liquor, free everything. This is just in response. We had a few people saying we always bring negative. We preach negative. We don't give back to the community. So we do a lot of giving to the community. I mean, we give to the community that we was raised in. Some of us may even have a little personal, like American College Fund or something they may give to. But I feel like charity starts at home first. I give back to the neighborhood that I grew up in. I give back to my friends, my family, or whoever else that I feel like is deemed and needed most. So everybody is not with all negativity. We give back. Everybody just don't need to have the light shined on them to saying, okay, we do positive in the community, which we do. So that's all I want to reiterate. Sometimes people do stuff and they just not looking for the shine from everybody else. So that's all I want to say.
Beautiful.
Okay. And so thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Conversation with OGs. We out.
Peace.